about me. I'm gone. I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Yes, I'm gone. Well, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind.
Yeah! Our first guest tonight has been fired for more jobs than most people will ever hold. Right now, he has the #1 FM radio morning program right here in New York, New York. Folks, please say hello to Mr. Radio. Good
morning. Hey, thank you, Dave. See, Dave got some big ratings going on the road to L.A. Or what is it? No, he went on the road to England. I'm sorry. Clocking in with a big 7.6. I followed the ratings. Letterman went to England and got a 7.6 rating. Think if he went to Japan. Further away you go. Isn't Australia completely on the other side of the earth? My theory is the further you go away, the higher your ratings go. Just a theory. They just shot Imus off to Jupiter. Hey, is there any proof that he's really in England? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Like, I would do that and say we're in England and not go.
Let's do it today.
Our show's live from England.
There you go.
And you know what? By 7:30, there'll be a whole bunch of new people listening who won't know what we're talking about, and they'll actually think we're in England. I like that. All right, so let's stick with that story. And we'll be in England all the rest of this week. So tune in and tell your friends to tune in. We enjoy being here in England. A couple of English superstars will be stopping by later on.
Like who?
Elton John, Marge Schott, Red.
Marge Schott? I don't remember her being from England.
Oh, yeah, she's originally born in England. We're live right outside the Kensington Palace. I was just saying, I know your headphones were unplugged in, but I was thinking that since Letterman's ratings went up, because he went to England, he went to like a 7 rating, who even knows if he's really in England?
Why doesn't he stay, though?
Or why doesn't he go further away? Because the further away you go, the people like it.
The better your ratings are?
I said they just shot off Mark and Brian Imus and Rick Dees off to Mars. They got a rocket going there.
They're going to another planet.
They want to hit a 3. Hey, Robotta.
Interesting phenomenon. Why do you watch a person when he's in another country?
I'll never figure that out. Same with the Today Show. Whenever they go on the road, their ratings go up. It's Katie Couric and that same stupid set, but they're in Paris. And I know they don't really go.
You think that they just put a backdrop?
Yeah. That's why we're in England today. All right.
Well, we should be playing British music at least.
No, might change the show just because we're in England. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a break. We'll come back to England right after these words.
You're listening to the Howard Stern Show. Morning, you'll rock all day. Yeah. 97.1 The
That's where I get rid of my styrofoam. Oh, well, dude, thanks.
Let's return.
You have a lot of
the
that?
Howard Stern Show.
You need money? No? I was just going to yell at Gorilla and ask him where breakfast was. But here it is. That kid's good. That's the best Gunga Din I ever had. I love that kid.
I meant to rent that movie this week and see what Gunga Din was all about.
Yeah, if you see any good clips on there, bring them in.
All right.
Gunga Din. So yesterday, my new hobby is biking. You know, for now. So, and you know me, I get into stuff. So I get into it for a week.
It's like a religion. It becomes like a religion to you for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, until I get so crazy with it that I blow myself up. So I give it 3 more days. Okay. Having said that, though, yesterday I went over to the bike store.
Oh, you're back.
I couldn't figure out how to blow up my tires.
Well, how often do you have to blow them up?
With this kind of bike, racing bike, once a week minimally.
Really?
Yeah. Right, Fred?
At least.
at least.
Sometimes more.
Sometimes twice a week.
Sensitive.
Well, they're very thin tires.
They leak air.
And they had sold me a special gauge for my motorized pump that I had at my house.
Ooh.
Which you didn't know I had.
No, a motorized pump.
Well, I've had that for a while, so. But my motorized pump didn't blow up my bike tires, so I had to buy a different pump.
Huh.
I had to buy a hand pump.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, I'm into this hobby now for about, I think $150,000.
I was going to say, they love to see you come into that.
Yeah, I always walk out buying stuff.
Here comes that sucker again.
No, I probably dropped about $1,500 on biking.
Yeah.
Just
that's not the bike.
No.
That's the accessory.
No. Yeah, well, yeah. No, not that much. Biking isn't that expensive. So.
You mean the bike is in that price?
Yeah. It wasn't that expensive.
It was $700 worth of clothes.
Yeah, $700 for the bike. And
the bike only cost $700?
Well, yeah.
Oh.
Sort of. Oh, maybe I'm into it for $2,000. Not more than that. But anyway, the shoes are like $200.
See?
So, one of the guys there, this guy David, he bikes from Forest Hills, Queens, to the bike store every day, which is 20 miles there, 20 miles back. But that's a pretty intense 20 miles.
Yeah, that's overland.
Yeah, he does 40 miles a day minimally.
That's no silly little trail in your neighborhood.
Yeah, he's like, an expert.
And he's in traffic.
And then there was this other dude there that he doesn't even have a job. He just bikes full time. He just rides his bike. This guy's about 20.
How do you make a living out of that?
I asked him that. He said, well, he lives with his grandparents. He says, if you want to quit your job and become a real biker, you got to go move in with your grandparents. I said, I wouldn't mind moving in with my grandparents. They never bother me. They're 6 feet under. I'd like to live with them.
Yeah, the problem is that little box is so tiny.
It's all cramped in there. My grandparents insisted on being buried with everything they own. So this guy lives with his grandparents, and he's like so into it that like he had a match that night. Like they have races.
Yes.
He had a professional race. He's like a professional. He had a professional race that night, but he was still out biking all day. Like he says, only a pussy would sit at home trying to, build up his weight.
Yeah.
He says, I bike all
before the race.
He says he bikes all friggin' day and then he goes to the race. But I think he has a sponsor or something. I mean, I don't know what's going on there.
Well, I was going to say, does he ever? Is this supposed to get him somewhere?
Mm-mm. He just wants a bike. He doesn't care.
He does, but he doesn't see big sponsorships in the future or the Tour de France. He's not working.
I don't know. What can it get you? So let's say you do the Tour de France.
I don't know. Maybe like you get to wear some shoes and put a tag on them and people pay you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Get a commercial.
He told me he's even too busy to get a girlfriend. I mean, he's just on the stupid bike all day. And then you can't date other bike girls because bike girls are like guys. I said, it must be. I said, once you find a girl who really likes to bike, he goes, they're the worst.
What do you mean?
He says they turn into men. They get like they get strong.
Bodies have to be
their bodies get like rock, and he said, and their attitude is like, there's nothing soft about them. They're like, hey, I can beat you.
Yeah.
Let
me change that tire.
Yeah. He says, hey, he says I'm not trying to be sexy or anything, but I'm not looking to date no bike girls. He says you have to see him to believe him.
I imagine that if you're rock hard and you're laying against a rock,
yeah,
it's pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like two rocks slamming into each other. So I was there getting the bicycle pump, and the guy said, you want to go for a ride with us? So I said, yeah. I mean, you guys really know what you're doing. I'll go with you guys. Oh, holy cow, man. Guess where we were, Jackie? We were about two minutes away from your house. We went all the way down.
Riding with those guys?
Yeah.
Could you keep up?
23 miles in an hour and a half.
Ouch.
Well, they slowed down whenever, like a hill, I would die, especially to the last half hour. I was going nuts.
Yeah, I was going to say, they probably were just dawdling so you could stay with them.
It was the biggest trip I'd ever been on. 23 miles we did in an hour and a half.
That was a round trip.
Average speed about 15 to 17 miles per hour for me.
That's downhill.
No. This was no downhill. That's average. That's your average.
How would you know?
I have a computer on my bike.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't screw around. That's how you train.
I see.
Yeah. And
a computer.
And a phone.
I'm thinking of putting a phone in my bike. I'm not kidding. Because I carry a little bag.
Pretty soon he'll be on Prodigy on the bike.
Imagine, that would be my greatest accomplishment. If I could actually get online while I'm biking.
You could pick up a girl and go to her house at the same time.
I pick up a girl, nothing, so I'm riding, right? I'm in my tights and my little outfit. So listen to this, I'm riding. this hot chick pulls up behind me, and she yells out to me, "Hey," and she didn't know who I was. "Hey, you've got great legs." So
Really?
So you see how your eyes just open up? I'm like, like this wasn't because of the radio show. She was digging me.
She hadn't seen your face.
No.
She just
No,
saw your legs.
I was covered with glasses and a helmet. Thanks. So I stuck my head in the car and I go, "Hey, thanks," but I kept going because I didn't want to fall behind these guys.
Right, yeah.
These guys don't pay attention to girls. But she was pretty good looking, I think. She looked pretty hot. She was trying to pick me up.
Delirious and trying to
No, she was trying to pick me up, man. Don't take my moment away from me. I was like so psyched. But the chick found my legs exciting.
How old was she?
26. She's single. She's a stripper.
Oh,
No, I don't know.
I mean, how old is she?
I try to flag these guys down because I figured we were going to go over her house.
They had no desire to go to her
And
house.
this happened to me right outside where your house is, this hot babe.
What's Nancy?
No, it looked like Nancy, though. She had black curly hair. She was in a gray car.
Very friendly area.
Gray Volvo.
Yeah, I almost got killed there, too. Some dude was banging a Yui and just didn't even see me. And I screamed, and he fortunately cut short his brakes. That was kind of scary. Of course, there's like 1,000 bike fatalities a year.
Are you going to be all right now?
I just vomited. So I did that. And now, like, I was so hungry, I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I had to eat.
That's pretty ballsy to show up at there and go bike riding with those guys.
Yeah, I was a little nervous because, like, they're so good. And I felt like kind of wimpy. But I kind of held my, I kind of held my own.
How do you know they weren't just taking a leisurely ride?
No, they said I did pretty good. No, they could go. They absolutely took it easy on me.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely went slower. I mean, they were not going. Those guys go up hills, and it doesn't bother them.
Yeah.
Because when I went to the hills, they were like, "Come on, you can do it."
They're talking to you.
Yeah, they were talking to me. And I'm like, "Shut up. Just keep riding. Don't pay attention."
They're like hand signals and stuff. You have those guys in front of you.
Yeah, they do all that. They don't even brake. I mean, even when this car's coming, and they have to make a left turn, and they have to go over 2 lanes in traffic. I mean, this one guy, the professional guy, he tells me he once decided to bike into Manhattan, and he thought he could take the service road. He ended up on the LIE biking. I go, "Well, what was that like? What time of day was that?" He goes, "It wasn't too bad. There weren't too many
Did
cars."
he have to pay a toll?
He was on the LIE with his bike. You can't do that.
He didn't go through the tunnel.
No, but he went about 2 exits. He said, "Oh, the LIE."
Staring up at a car.
Yeah. I go,
Well,
"How
when
did you do
said that guy goes from, Forest Hills or whatever to, I wondered if he took one of those highways.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's no side street. I mean, what side street you going to take? These guys are nuts. They were going. Then we went through the town, your town there, Jackie, went around the water.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it was fun.
Gorgeous.
Not by your house.
Yeah. I mean, the town is nice, but when you get to Jackie's shanty house, it's not so gorgeous.
He always acts like he lives in the gorgeous part.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous everywhere but where you live. His block looks like Dachau.
Jesus.
Each neighbor on top of each other, and the house falling apart. Appalachia.
Appalachia by the sea.
It really is unbelievable.
Jackie's ghetto.
It is. It's a ghetto.
Yeah.
Sad.
Jackie lives in a neighborhood where the people are who work in the big houses where it's real pretty.
Anybody ever paint their house in your neighborhood?
Well, you're
Just
fighting
checking.
the salt there, you know.
Oh. You see all the houses, they look like they haven't been painted in years.
You know what they look like? Old farmhouses.
Yeah.
Then they don't have enough land to grow anything.
And Jackie swears those houses go for in the high 200,000 area, right?
What houses are those?
No, they don't. I thought they do.
The variety's unbelievable.
But, yeah, I know down by where Larry lives, a house could go for like $1 million because he's on the
But
water.
houses next door to each other, one can be 150,000, another one can be 350. It's real weird.
Oh, really? I mean, some of those sell for $350.
Well,
not where you are.
Not where. Not the. What about your block? I'm talking about specifically where the road.
That little cul-de-sac.
No, not
that little shanty area.
Across the street.
Yeah. I mean, what is the?
We're not getting too specific as you get.
No,
down
forget
close.
across the street. I said your block. What is it?
Right next door to you.
Generally, what is the range?
I'd say between 2 and 3.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what Jackie tells me. They cost between 2 and 3 those houses. And I go, why?
It must be the land.
Yeah, well, he says, no, babe, it was a great town.
It's an unbelievable town.
Yeah, I go, the town's great, but look what you're living like. I said, between 2 and 3, you can get a much better house somewhere else.
You're on a little dirt road.
Yeah, you go to Dick's Hills and you can get like a killer house.
Oh, let's live in Dick's Hills.
What's wrong with that?
There's a party.
What do you mean? What's wrong with Dick's Hills?
I love being near the water. I love it.
Wait, take it easy, man.
I'm sorry.
Okay, but is it worth living in a cardboard box?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Crawling to your bed.
Yeah, he's got his bedroom in the attic, but I'm not just saying an attic. I mean a real attic, like Cousin It's room. You can't stand up. I can't stand up in it because I'm a gawk. Oh, but come on,
You can stand up in the middle of the room, and that's all.
Yeah.
Sit at my computer.
Wait,
and
can
look
you tell
out
the
at
truth?
The boats and the water.
Oh, boats. He's got a little window with a hole, and he can barely see the water. You got to go all the way to the top of the house.
And you got to stand on the box.
Yeah, and he's about 100 million miles away from the. You can't even see him.
Needs a spyglass.
Every time he comes, he takes me up there. He goes, "Hey man, check out the view."
Yeah.
I'm expecting this big glass window. You know, and if Jackie enjoys the view, I figured he'd put a nice big glass window up there. What does he have? He's got a little circular window.
It's a porthole.
It's a porthole.
Saving up.
Saving up. He's got a little porthole that he can kind of almost look at. The glass is so thick.
Like being on a boat.
Yeah. And then admit, you can stand up in the bedroom area, but you can't stand up to the side of your bed.
Well, you got to know where to stand.
Right.
How many places you have to stand?
Because anytime he says, "Oh, we're going to go down to the beach," I remember that one year I was out there. It was like, we're going down to the beach for the fireworks.
I can walk to the beach faster from my house, and I'm nowhere near the water. Jackie goes, "You won't need your shoes. We walk right down to the beach." I figured the beach is like, half a block away.
Sure.
Bonnie Munn didn't wear her shoes. She had glass in her feet.
You're the one riding the bike 20 miles.
They had to wrap her feet.
Yeah. Because you're walking over all kinds of...
She was borrowing people's shoes. Yeah. It was like about 7 miles to the beach.
That's the luxury of it.
I love living near the water.
I'm going to go swimming with Jackie one time. He comes out of the water, and he's got, like, big, giant holes on his body. And I go, "What's wrong with you?" We were in California swimming together. He goes, "Oh, what's that?" He had big octopus-like bites on his, like suction cup bites.
I remember.
Perfectly symmetrical.
Tentacles.
And it turned out there was some big jellyfish, he claimed. I think it was a little bit...
attacked.
I never saw a jellyfish bite like this.
You know, you're such a good luck charm. I've been swimming in that water for like 45 years, and I was never bitten.
Oh, it's my fault.
I was bitten twice the day before we went to California.
Howard's
To hear him tell it, the only bad times are when we're there.
Yeah. Everything else good happens.
It's true.
It's true.
When am I going to wake up?
All right, I got to take a break.
Want to come swimming?
No, not in that mud hole. I got a pool that's heated.
Mud hole.
Mud hole with jellyfish.
Beautiful Long Island sand.
With the medical waste washing.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, it's completely unsafe.
No.
He swims in the Long Island Sound. It's freezing cold.
Gorgeous body of water in the world.
Your nuts become raisin-like. He comes out of there. He's
Just start
refreshed.
out raisin-like.
They sure do. No, I don't want to go swimming.
Gorgeous Long Island Sound.
And the guy loves being on the water, and he loves those little boats. What are those called? The
dinghies?
No, the motorcycle boats.
Oh, the jet skis.
Jet skis. Won't buy one.
Oh.
Well, if someone lends me one, I'll go.
Don't have to.
But he loves it.
Oh, my neighbor's got some, so I can jet ski.
The guy's got at least, I think he's got at least 1 million squirreled away in that little cubby hole of his.
Now he's learning to sail, and somebody else will have to get a boat.
Oh, yeah, he has to borrow a friend's boat. Bruce got a boat.
True.
All right, I got to take a break. And
Thank you.
you're welcome. And we got a lot of stuff going on today, a lot of cool stuff. We'll be back right after these words.
We'll be back with the Howard Stern Show. Don't go. Eagles toll-free line, 1-800-54-STERN. It's the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
Yeah. So Mr. Blackwell will be coming by today.
How did we score him as a guest?
He always comes. He's promoting that book of his about being gay and stuff.
Is it about being gay?
Well, he happens to mention that he seduced a whole bunch of cool Hollywood guys.
Being gay and liking it?
Yeah. But he doesn't give any of the tawdry details because he feels some things should be private, like the bedroom.
But he'll tell you who he went in with.
Yeah, doesn't he say he went in with like Cary Grant or something?
He claims to have dabbled with Cary Grant and Randolph Scott when they were a couple.
Wow. How about somebody from this age? How about someone from this era?
That he
Yeah,
hasn't
give us some
divulged.
names from today.
But it was the glamour era of Hollywood.
Who could check up?
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't Cary Grant sue Chevy Chase for saying he was gay?
And won a lot of money.
Yeah.
Chevy
Yeah,
can get
but-
that money back now.
Yeah, see if Chevy can get the money back from the estate.
Didn't Liberace do the same thing? He sued
Yeah.
some paper in England.
Can you imagine? And he won. And no one knew he was gay. Could you imagine? Who was on the jury?
I'll tell you right.
Liberace put an English newspaper for calling him gay. Yeah. You can't go around saying stuff like that and get away with it.
Now, where's my mink?
Hi, the man.
Yeah, but Blackwell is so gay. He's the most gay. I wonder if Gay Rich is here today. I'll introduce them.
I just got a fact about Gay Rich. They were thanking you for putting Gay Rich's voice on the air, and they said that they just thought he was dreamy.
Yeah.
And if he ever comes to Los Angeles,
he could get a lot of action.
They would sleep out, camp out to be in line.
He has his fans.
To see him.
Is Gay Rich in today?
He's here.
Good, yeah, I'll introduce Blackwell.
I don't know if he likes older guys, though.
Well, he might like Blackwell.
Well, he's a star.
Yeah. Might like the limelight.
Yeah.
He's a designer.
I might be old, but I have a career. God knows what his career is. Blackwell.
The top 10 list.
Yeah, but that's not a
How
career.
could that be a whole career?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
We send those two on a date.
Remember one year I said, hey, if Blackwell is building a whole career out of saying which 10 women are the worst dressed in the world, I started making 10 worst everything lists, and nobody printed them. I said, hey, wait a second, why don't I start becoming the guy who has a 10, best song list of the year, 10 worst song of the year? And I issued them out to the newspapers and stuff, and none of them printed it. So it does take a certain amount of savoir-faire in order to get those lists printed.
Blackwell got all upset. He talks about it in the book because Johnny Carson tampered with his list.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, how dare
big
he?
falling out.
You're kidding.
Don't tell me they're not talking.
They're not talking. That's right.
The Blackwells and the Carsons aren't talking?
I want you to add these names to your list.
So how did he tamper with the list?
That's exactly. He wanted him to put different names on the list.
Why?
Fred, you read it.
I believe it was for comic purposes.
He just wanted them on there. Carol Channing was one of them, and Zsa Zsa was the other.
So Johnny said, I'm just going to add them to the list?
I want you to put these names on your list.
He contacted Blackwell.
Well, actually, what it was is he sent in one of his henchmen to go in and tell Blackwell to add those names and take a couple off, and Blackwell says, I cannot.
Oh, so this was Blackwell doing an appearance on the show.
Yeah, 1973.
I make the list. I am not going to be subjected to Johnny Carson trying to change my list. Zsa Zsa's been dressing very well lately, and I refuse to say that she's dressing poorly.
But you know how weird Johnny is? So he has Blackwell on, changes the list anyway, and just never has him on again.
Johnny.
Don't mess with me, Blackwell.
I'm going to make a list of the 10 worst non-careers. Like Blackwell, I don't know what his career is. Cato Kalin, I don't know what his career is.
He claims to have been a designer at one
point. Oh, Cato?
Blackwell.
Yeah, but have you ever seen one of his dresses?
Never. I was going to ask
I've never seen Robin slinking around in a Blackwell.
You know what I love about Blackwell?
Blackwell wears them.
He designs his own clothes.
Yeah.
I love his glasses.
Well, he's great, though. I mean, he's very outspoken, so he's always a good guest.
He's so funny. I got a facelift.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. You look like Catwoman. Blackwell, Cato Kalin, Jessica Hahn, Ralph Cirilla, Jennifer Flowers. I mean, Ralph Cirilla again. Who are these people, and how do they make a living? That's what I want to know. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. But Blackwell will be here, and I'll ask him all these questions. I'm not afraid. Why not?
Let's get to the bottom of this.
What else I got to do? I got nothing else to do.
He ain't gonna beat you up.
Yeah, he's not going to kick my ass.
Yeah, that's one guy you're not afraid to ask the tough question.
Hey, yo. So you think I lost any more weight since yesterday?
And you
want to check out my physique? I think I lost some weight. What do you think?
I can't see.
I can.
What do you think?
I think you're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, really.
What do you think?
Your arms down. I don't know. I really can't see. There's a whole thing in front of you.
You know what? I think she's blocked. Just blocked.
Yeah,
that little rubber tire. Stand on your toes. Show that little tire there. See that?
You're looking better.
Yeah. Wait, I'll get safe to the point where you're going to want me. I had this whole big, me, Gary, and Ranzo got together yesterday.
Yeah.
And the whole conversation was Robin ever in love with you? And I said yes. And Gary said yes.
Oh, please.
And I said,
what
Robin,
the hell is wrong
Robin's
with you
into this
people?
whole honesty thing, but she won't admit it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's my opinion. You can't change
Before
it.
you got here?
What?
Before you guys got to New York?
Well, Gary, I said, Gary goes, I know exactly.
He knew it too.
Gary goes, I know exactly when Robin was in love with you.
Really?
Yeah, and I go, well, let me see if I pinpoint the same exact thing. All right, so you write down what you think, and I'll write down what I think.
Why don't you all do it now?
So anyway.
Fred, you don't believe that ever happened, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh!
I do believe
All
it.
right, write down when you think it happened.
No, I'll tell you when it happened. You started falling in love with me in Washington, toward the end of our stint in Washington, and you loved me almost all through NBC.
Oh, when did I fall out of love with you? What happened?
No, I think that you finally realized that I'm a married man and I can't marry you.
Howard had a baby.
You were
Admit
married
you were in
when I
love with
met
me. You were in love. That's a lie.
Never.
The baby ruined everything. Howard's baby.
Well, Gary thought the baby. I said she paid no attention to the baby.
What baby?
Emily.
I said I thought it was before you met Allison, the way you describe it in the book. That you know, Howard was great. He was amazing. I had to meet this other person. But I think after you met Allison, I think you stopped being in love with her.
I met Allison 2
wrong.
minutes after we met.
No, you cannot tell from Robin's book when she blocked it all out. You cannot tell from her book when she fell in love with me. I know because I know when a woman's in love with me.
Oh, you're so crazy.
In fact, you know what? I'll give you a story. I'll give you a story. You let me write your book.
Go ahead. Give me a story.
I'll write your sequel.
Oh, you're so wacky.
You know what? You still have the look of love. Believe me. You know, you might still be in love.
I said to Howard, when two artists connect creatively like that every day, there has to be something going on.
Of course.
Why?
Well, with you,
If
there
it
is.
was 2 guys, would you say that?
Yeah, Mark and Brian married each other twice.
But there's nothing clicking here. Give me a break.
Well, in their mind, they're clicking. Anyway, the audience doesn't understand it, but
they seem to know something's going on.
Mark and Brian are busy proposing to one another. There's 2 guys who shouldn't be in love.
God.
So,
Do you think, well, I can't use Keith and Mick, can I?
I'll give you a story. When you were, having your little nervous breakdown with me and you were yelling and screaming all the time.
Yes.
So.
I treated you differently than anybody else.
No. No, you were whacked out of your head. And it was like the worst time to work with you, to the point where I almost couldn't take it anymore. Yeah. So, because I can work with sick people, but not that sick.
Well, not when they're beating you.
Right. Not when they're yelling and screaming and hitting me.
No reason for it.
So anyway, I was talking. Who was it? Oh yeah, I was talking to my wife and my mother about gee, Robin's really bad. She's in bad shape. I mean, she's just whacked out. She complains about stuff. I don't even know what she's talking about, but I humor her and I go, and I say.
Okay, if you think that's happening,
I go, Robin, let's talk about it and get it out in the air. And then you'd be okay as long as you felt like we had talked about something. Right. But you were whacked out of your brain because I never for a minute.
Subjects you had no clue on.
I had no idea what you were talking about.
Robin, I have to be quite honest with you. I have no idea what you're talking about.
But I figured the way to calm you down was to say, hey, let's have a talk.
That's right.
Right. So anyway.
So sweet.
Yeah. Well, it's a way to do it. You make someone feel like something's going on, like there's progress.
He entered right into my paranoia with me.
Right. I said, hey, you're absolutely right.
They are after you, Rob.
I said, and you want to know? I'll protect you. You're just going to make me aware of it. I don't always see it coming. So anyway, so I was telling my mother about it. And she goes, there's nothing wrong with her. She's in love with you.
Oh,
I said, where's my mother?
And how many times has your mother been right about anything?
Don't get so defensive. Just listen.
Just answer me.
My mother's right about a lot of stuff.
Very few times do you come in here and say, you know what, my mother was right.
When it comes to you, she's right. So she says, I go, what do you mean, Ma? She goes, she's in love. I said, you're kidding.
When was this, Howard?
This was years ago.
I'm shocked.
We were at the table.
She never said this to me.
Well, she's not going to tell you. She knows you're in love with me.
And you didn't come back and tell me.
So I said,
I can't believe you didn't talk about that on the air.
Please, you were in no condition to be in love with me. You would have gone psycho. You would have jumped out a window. So I had to protect you.
Oh, that would have been a great story.
It would have been great now. Back then, it wouldn't have been. What do you mean I'm in love with you? I'm insulted. All right. So anyway, I said, really? I said, what makes you say that? She goes, look. She's having a relationship with you, and she's having certain issues that she has to work out. And she says, this is like how me and your father react to one another.
Oh, please.
So she said you were in love. She predicted that you were in love with me at that point.
Right. And you went along with her.
You can't get...
Why not? It was very complimentary. I liked it.
I think this is all transference. I think you have been in love with me.
Oh, I don't deny it, though. I never deny it. I'm in love with just about any woman that walks.
But Howard, Howard being in love with you is different because if he has you once, he'll never want you again.
Right. I'd rather not have you.
Holding out.
But at least I'm professional. I don't want you. See, the theory is that you want me.
No.
Me.
You have wanted me.
Oh, of course. But I admit that.
Those beauties.
Come on. Of course I'd want you. I want Fred. But I don't,
Hey, is Fred in love with you?
Another show.
Yeah. Why
Why'd you bring that up?
Yeah, let me think about that. In a sense, yes. In a sense, yes.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Yeah. But
how come I can't be in a manner of speaking?
No, you're not. You're the way a woman loves a man.
Because I'm a guy and you're a girl.
Now you ready to confess?
No.
You have never been in love with me.
I love you.
No.
I love you beyond reason.
You've never want to have sex with me.
More than anybody in the world, but I've never been in love with you.
All right. Take a deep breath for a second. Excuse me. Could you guys be quiet for a second? Would you guys leave the room for a second? Leave the room. I want to talk to Robin privately.
Let me say to you right now.
No, let the guys leave.
If your wife dropped dead today, I would assist you in finding another woman because I would not lobby for that position.
All right. All the guys are gone now. You don't have to keep up the front. Right? You don't have to act
and there's
tough.
nobody listening.
There's no one listening. Now, look at me. Is anyone in the room?
Nobody's in the room.
Look at me.
Yes, I'm looking
right
at you.
Can you honestly say?
Now, don't divert your eyes. I'm looking you right in the eye.
I the same as you. Can you honestly say?
Yes.
That, like, when we met in Washington and stuff, and we started working together, and we were fighting the good fight in Washington against everyone, and everyone was coming down on us.
Yes.
There did not come a point where you, look at you, you're getting dreamy. Did not come a point where you would look at me and say, maybe I should have sex with Howard. I would like to have sex with Howard. You were going to go on record and say that. All right. Well,
because
you're being dishonest.
Howard.
Yeah.
I'm being dishonest?
Yes, you're being dishonest. You're being dishonest. I know it. You cannot even confess on the air that you wanted to sleep with me. Admit it.
I've never wanted to sleep with you.
And never at NBC.
Never at NBC.
Oh, that is such a lie.
Never at CBS. Never at ABC.
And would you be willing to take a lie detector test?
Yes.
You would?
Absolutely.
All right. It will be done. Gary, all right, everyone back in the room. Gary, I want her hooked up.
Fine.
You have to get that guy with the lie detector.
I can't tell her too. She laughs too much.
Right.
Every time she laughs.
And did you hear all that giggling that was going on while I asked her that?
Oh,
could barely look me in the eye.
If you ask me anything, they'll be giggling.
That was not true. You were giggling like a schoolgirl when I asked you that.
Giddy.
You were giddy. You were dizzy.
So silly. Have I ever done anything? Have I ever, forgotten myself
That's
in any
exactly
way
why you're in love with me.
And given you the impression that something could go on?
You are physical with everyone else but me. Because you cannot. Because if you got near me, you would almost rape me.
But you'd ruin what you have.
I'm physical with Fred?
Yes. Very physical.
She grabbed my ass once.
It's true.
Can I tell her what the other half of the conversation was about?
Yeah.
We discussed the other half an hour whether you were a lesbian or not. How long it took us to figure out that you weren't.
Well, I knew, but I knew all along you were.
I want to know how could you think I was in love with him?
No, Gary knows you were in love with me.
No, I mean, there was a period where I definitely thought you were.
Well,
she knows it too, but she doesn't want to admit it.
And Jackie thought this too.
No, hey, listen, Robin, no one will think any less of you because you were in love with me.
No, I don't know how you could come to that conclusion.
Because you were. You were in love with me. Admit it. You're gonna crack under the lie detector test.
First of all, nobody has any signs.
The way you acted around me.
How was
I think
that?
she denied it even to herself.
You were so frustrated.
I denied it even to myself.
You did.
You're so funny, Fred.
Fred, am I right about this?
I think you're.
When was it, Fred? When was it?
Fred,
you walked into that situation in Washington, and you thought I was in love with Howard.
Fred felt like he was coming between two lovers.
Exactly.
Let me tell you all
You know what it is? It's like when people are making out at a table and you're like sitting there and you're kind of like, what do you do?
You feel like you shouldn't be there? Well, let me tell you something, you dodos. You don't know.
Fred always feels like
all right, let me know what you don't know.
That hurt.
Go ahead. What don't we know?
That in order to create the thing we have on the air, I would have to put myself in the mindset that I was in love with you. So I would be in that mindset when we were on the air.
I see. Very good.
That's another book.
Excuse me. Do you remember that penthouse photograph?
Yes. Yes.
With
of
the
you?
dreamy eyes.
Of me?
Of us.
Yes.
The two of us.
Yes, where you were gazing at me?
Right.
Proof positive you were in love.
And Allison looked at that picture and said, "Oh, my God, you're in love with my husband."
Of course. You are.
And that was the whole thing. The guy was taking a picture, and I said, all right, let me pretend like I do on the air that I'm in love with
Okay,
Howard.
I can see that you're embarrassed by that.
No embarrassment
We won't talk
whatsoever.
about that.
I am a great
What?
actress.
If you were that good,
She's done that for 15 years.
Yeah.
If Robert, if you were that good an actress, you'd be getting Academy Awards daily.
Nobody will hire me.
I'd hire you.
People don't see that it's an act.
I'm going to put you in my movie.
Yeah, the five of us don't see it.
See? I got you all fooled. You're right here.
And you never loved Tom.
Never loved Tom? I could never love Tom.
No, she didn't love Tom. She just wanted to have sex with Tom.
That was what she wanted with me.
Tom.
She wanted to have sex with me. That's what I'm saying.
I like Tom.
She wanted me to give it to her.
Right, yeah.
You know what it is? You needed it so bad. I could have cured you years ago.
I tell you, just sitting here, trying to conjure up the vision of you and Robert doing it is very funny.
Hey, I can see it. Hot beef injection always cures every woman.
Trying to think of your parents doing it.
Yeah. Nah, we wouldn't look like no parents.
So during that spell of the...
So when did I fall out? Oh, you say I'm not out of love with you.
And I tried to discourage it as much as I could.
Right. You really felt badly for me, and what did you do to discourage me?
Well, I would, sometimes I wouldn't practice the best hygiene.
Fart.
I know you didn't like it when I didn't shave, so I wouldn't shave on purpose so that you wouldn't be too attracted to me.
Right, and you had to stay away from me so that I wouldn't get the impression that anything could ever go on. So that's why we weren't together all the time.
You see, you know a lot more than I thought.
Right, we were constant together. We never left each other's sides. If I was so in love, how could I not do something?
You're uptight.
Read my book. I have no inhibitions in that area. When I want something, I have to go for it.
If you have wait a second. If you have no inhibitions, how come you didn't have sex with anyone for like 9 years?
I don't want to.
That's not
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
When you were carried away with all the masturbation during that whole big huge...
Thought about me every night.
Was it usually Howard?
Yep.
No, never Howard.
She can't admit that.
Never, ever, ever.
Never anyone.
You have never thought about me.
I've told you guys 10 billion times. Never
would you be
anyone
willing,
on the
under a
show.
lie detector, when we have you under, would you be willing to say that you never thought about me while you were with your vibrator?
Fine. I will say that.
Okay. Hook her up.
Can we have to slip in accidentally?
Of course.
Why?
She's lying. She's so repressed. You'll read the book. Between the lines, you can see she was in love with him.
That's when I realized it, when I read the book.
When you read the book, you realized
I
it.
do love him.
Oh, yes, you do.
I've never denied that. Howard
Thank you,
is
Barbara.
more important to me than anyone else on earth. I will tell you that unequivocally.
That's love.
But I'm not in love with him.
Yeah.
No, but you may have been at one time.
Never.
Not even for a fleeting moment?
No.
Of course
I've
you did.
admired him, but I've never loved him in that way.
And I'll tell you the truth. She loved me.
Nah.
In that way.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I never
You wanted
to
it
have
really
sex with
bad.
you. Never, never, never,
Okay.
never.
All right. Okay. Hey, give me give me the Jackie puppet and the Gary puppet. Robin will be played by the Gary puppet, and I'll be the Jackie puppet, and
Why do I have to be the big team?
All right, I'll be the Gary puppet, and I will recreate what Robin wanted from me. All right.
You're so silly. I know that you wish this, but it didn't happen.
Of course I wish it. Let's see. You see those two puppets?
And Fred, I'm ashamed of you thinking
Hey, you want to operate the...
I never thought you were a lesbian, though.
I'll operate Jackie.
Never.
Since Jackie has the rubber weenie, I'll be the guy.
All right.
Hi, Robin. You ready for the show today?
I'm not attracted to you.
Oh, yeah? Well, let me just let's find out. Oh, wait, but
I'm not attracted to you.
Yeah, but your legs are spread.
Go away. Go away. I don't want it. Deeper. I don't want it. Deeper. Oh.
There you go. All right, take this. Take these two puppets. These puppets weigh a lot.
Crazy.
As she's saying no, your legs were completely spread.
Right. And that's what working with me was like.
Just, hey, we did a little puppet show. All right, let's take a break, Robin. You can cool down.
You calm down.
And we'll be back right after the... And read it all in Quivers
And
Alive.
I've never been in love with anybody else on this show.
Discussion over.
97.1 The Eagle. Harley and Pure Rock. 97.1 The Eagle. We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
trying. Blackwell's here, so I'm trying to fix myself up so I'll pass his beauty test.
Oh, Howard, you look wonderful.
Didn't he once name me on some kind of list? Maybe it wasn't him. I was on like some worst dress list.
People magazine. It wasn't Blackwell's list.
Yeah.
Because he sticks to women.
Yeah, but he said I was hung like a girl. Ralph, you want to fix me? Oh. I thought Ralph was in the room. Oh, you ran out? Here, quickly fix me up so Blackwell will see how...
Why? Are you worried that he might not appreciate your look?
Yeah, I would like Blackwell to be sexually attracted to me.
You'd like to make his next book?
See, I don't think every time Blackwell's been on our show, I don't think he ever admitted to being gay.
No. We didn't know whether to broach the subject. We came as close as we possibly could, but...
He was always with a guy that looked kind of like his boyfriend.
I thought they were a couple.
Yeah.
We'll have to find out now.
Now that Blackwell wrote his book, From Rags to Bitches.
Well, we can also find out if he was ever in love with you. You seem to think everybody who comes into contact
I think Blackwell's attracted to me.
with you is in love with you.
Mr. Blackwell, are you attracted to me? Hey, Mr. Blackwell, how you doing, my man?
I've had sick moments.
You've had sick moments?
Oh, when you found him attractive? Hi there, how are you?
Hey, Mr. Blackwell.
Terrific.
Why, thank you.
Love your book.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, you read it?
Really pretty.
Really? Are you talking to me or are you talking to Robert?
He was looking my way.
Howard, you haven't been pretty in 90 years.
Oh, please. How dare you say
look
that?
Good. I don't know.
Mr. Blackwell.
How are you?
Hey, you look good, too.
How are you?
Oh, I'm very good. How are you?
Terrific.
Gary puts headphones on your head. Well, Mr. Blackwell, you have to wear headphones.
You look wonderful.
Oh, thank you. So do you. I do look wonderful?
Yeah, you look good.
Really?
Better than before.
Why are you saying that now? I mean, seriously, you find me attractive?
You have changed.
What do you think of my outfit? Here, I'm wearing... I didn't know you were coming in. What do you think? This is kind of a...
Howard, I got to tell you, if you were all that was left, I'd turn straight.
You really would.
I got to tell Quiver, hey.
Hi there.
Proud of her.
Quiver's alive.
Yeah, she's great.
Yes.
Can I get my earphones?
You think you made it? Yeah, put on some earphones.
Can I get my book?
I got your book.
You got my book.
Yeah, I'm all set for you. We're on the air.
Excuse me.
All right, go ahead.
Well, he can leave that one for me.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Blackwell.
No, this is a little bit early for me.
Oh, Mr. Blackwell, you can handle it. Now, Mr. Blackwell, now why...
How are you?
Hi, am I?
How are you?
I'm fine. Well, how are you?
I'm terrific.
Oh, he's giving me a how are you, like, really, how are you?
How are you?
I am fine. Oh, yeah.
Who are your friends?
All right, well, that's Billy West. He doesn't... Hey, do you do an impression of Mr. Blackwell?
I have to soak this guy in a little more.
You have to soak him in, and then he'll get a perfect dead-on impression of you.
Maybe.
Try it.
I'm very amenable.
I'm very amenable.
Oh, do I sound that good?
Oh, do I sound that good?
I love to do it more.
I love to do it more.
If I found one like you, I'd go.
If I found one like you, I'd go.
I love it.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
And this is
a... No, you went on. I love it.
All right, anyway, so he does impressions. Fred does impressions.
Do you do Fred?
Well, it's very hard to get him to do them, but he'll do them occasionally.
It's very hard to get me to do.
You know what? Fred's the best looking guy in the room.
Is he? You would have sex with Fred?
I would have.
You would not.
No, he has no money.
All right.
No.
And Jackie Martling is a broken down comic.
Is this Jackie?
No, that's Jackie.
No, Jackie's nice looking.
He is.
Sort of bankerish.
Bankerish?
Yeah, he looks
Blackwell, let me ask you something.
Yeah,
you know why I've always liked you? You've always...
Not banger.
Banger.
You know why I've always liked you?
Why?
Because you're very honest with your top 10 list and all your 10 worst dress list. Who is the best looking guy in the room? Would you say Fred? Or me? Or Jackie?
I'll say you because I want to come back.
No. You can come back anyway. I want to know. You've never been one to lie.
Best looking one in the room. Classiest one in the room is this gentleman.
Jackie?
Jackie?
Fine.
Oh, yeah.
Best looking one in the room is the one with the mustache. And
Fred?
And the sort of Charlie McCarthy over there. Isn't cute looking, you know.
You're telling Billy is better looking than me?
No. I'd say he was better looking. I'd say he was kind of Charlie McCarthy.
So, in other words, Jackie first, Fred...
Has class?
No. You see, this man has ears.
If you had to have sex with one of us, you'd have sex with Fred.
Wait a minute. No, if I had to.
Right.
If I had to, I'd do you.
Wow. And you would catch, and I would catch?
I had to.
Would I catch?
I'll play passive.
You tease.
I'll play pass.
You tease.
I pass.
You're teasing me now. Now you're teasing me, pal. Don't come on to me like that. I'll jump right over the table there. What?
Oh, he feels very flattered.
I'm very flattered. I'm very flattered when a man chooses me.
I choose you.
That's very nice of you. I've never been chosen by anybody. I was like a mess. No, I'm a mess. Come on, nobody's attracted to this.
There's got to be someone with bad eyesight.
Now, Blackwell, you have written this book. Let's go through the book here because we'll just pick out a couple of, let's say, the low points and the high points. All right?
You got it.
Now, you say in the book that when you were at summer camp, you were molested by an older man.
I was raped.
You were raped.
Raped.
Right.
Yeah.
Robin's got one of those.
To call it molested is more like it because rape, to me, interprets that someone forcibly held you down and made you do something you didn't voluntarily stay for. Now, I was not held down. I was not tied down.
So you didn't take you didn't talk him into it or anything?
No. I didn't even know what he was doing.
Really? How old were you?
11 years old.
11 years old.
What would I know? What would I know?
And this was some camp. I mean,
no.
Was this a regular part of the activity?
This was not in camp?
No, this was not in camp.
So it must have hurt.
No, it didn't.
It didn't?
Seriously? No, it was not.
Gentle.
It was not that kind of sex.
Oh, I see. It was an oral thing. Oral.
It was oral.
But you liked it.
You know, and I got to tell you something, Howard.
Go ahead.
I must have been curious. I must have liked it to some degree, or I wouldn't have stayed. Because a boy 11 years old can get up and walk out. No one was holding me there.
I got you.
No, but it had a terrible effect.
Right, you weren't ready for that.
I wasn't ready for it. I didn't understand it. I didn't know why this was happening.
Right.
I didn't really know what was happening.
That happens to a lot of guys. Do you think that's what...
I think it happens to a lot of girls.
But you think you were having
a lot of children.
You didn't feel like up until then you were into women and then all of a sudden that caused you to change.
Oh,
You're saying,
no,
hey, I was gay. You were gay.
No, Howard, don't say that. At that time, I didn't even know the word.
You didn't even know what you were.
I didn't know what I was. I was a human being that was looking for an experience.
Right.
This was curiosity. Maybe in other people's cases they're forced.
But
I was not forced.
But Blackwell, you grew up poor, right?
I grew up very.
And in order to make money, you had to sell yourself to men.
It was right after being...
Yeah, he became a hooker.
Wow.
Yeah, right after being seduced. I didn't know what to do. I was still broke when I went back to Brooklyn.
Where were your parents during all this?
I started walking the streets, and if people came up to me and offered me a quarter, hell, that was food.
For a quarter you do it?
I didn't know what
I would have given you a buck.
No, not at 12.
Sure.
No, at that age, it was food. It was something to eat. It was something to buy. It may have even helped Mother buy a little bit of food to bring to the house.
Did your mom know you were hooking?
No.
Would you put on special outfits to go out there?
No, I had no special outfits.
Really? I can't believe you, a man of taste, would not have a special hooking outfit.
I was poor.
You were poor.
I had no money.
But, you can always
taste costs
rip
money.
the sleeves off your shirt or do something sexy.
I didn't. Kids don't know what they're doing.
They don't?
Just do these things because we're either curious or we're vulnerable.
So how many tricks would you turn a day?
Maybe none. Maybe one.
Really?
Maybe sometimes two.
No kidding.
But you call them tricks. They weren't tricks. They were experiences. They were things I did because I was getting food money.
Wow.
So, I don't hold that against
Did your friends goof on you for doing it and stuff, or they did it too?
I had no friends.
You had no friends?
I had no friends.
How is that possible that you had no friends?
I was a total loner.
Did you go to school?
3 grades.
3 grades you went to school?
You only went to 3rd grade?
How'd you learn how to write and everything?
How does a boy 5 years old play Chopin?
You can play. So you're saying you were a prodigy?
I'm using an example.
Oh.
How does a boy 5 years old?
Are you saying you're a genius that you were able to?
I never thought I was a genius.
Well, in a sense,
I thought that guy upstairs gave me something.
You're a very well-spoken man for a guy who went to 3 grades. True?
I'm street taught.
Street taught. And while these guys were paying you and having a little sex, they would teach you a few things. Is that what you're saying?
I think so.
Really?
Really, you can put it down, but I think so.
I might go into hooking.
I think I drew.
Yeah,
wow.
you could use it to learn a few things.
It offended me. After a while, it became too heavy. I couldn't deal with it.
That's right. So you didn't turn to tricks. I mean, as you say,
I never went into it to turn tricks. I went into it to eat.
So when did you stop?
And one other reason.
Yeah.
I never knew my father.
Right.
Never knew him at all.
You think homosexuality is learned behavior or you're born with it? Don't you think your father
forgive me,
abandoned?
I wish this was TV because you could see I'm thinking.
It is TV. I got cameras.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding.
Well, it's radio and
Well,
TV.
you're kidding.
yeah.
Hello.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. Don't worry. You look good. Yeah.
Do I think you're born with it? I think so.
You
Have
do?
you
I
ever
think
been
so,
with a
but
woman?
You need someone to pull it out.
You ever have sex with a woman?
Yes.
Was she hot?
Oh, a lot of times.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Hollywood celebrities?
Well, no, not as much Hollywood celebrities. More society.
Society women.
In Hollywood, I knew where my life was, and it didn't happen to be with women. Although I had affairs with women.
I see.
Because I needed that kind of confirmation.
Well, after a childhood like that.
I needed that kind
Man
of love,
had to go
and I
out.
didn't get it.
Man had to go out and collect money by having sex. Very difficult.
Well, you know,
You should have done what I did. I used to steal from the UNICEF box. I would go around trick-or-treating. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, but you see, you went to school. You learned.
Right.
I didn't go to school. I didn't learn.
So you had men, and these men that would pick you up are older men, right? They really were rough.
After a while, it became pretty offensive. But you know something?
I can imagine.
I got to tell you this.
Yeah.
I never later in life looked back and was angry. Later in life, I felt sorry for him. I thought, what kind of a sick human being can take a child and do this to him?
That's right.
I didn't say, I want to get even. I really had an emotional sympathy for these kind of lonely, desperate, unhappy people that had to resort to someone who didn't even understand what they were doing.
And where would these guys take you? Like a hotel or something?
No.
Under the boardwalk? In the car?
In an alley.
And bend you over like a garbage pail or something?
No, you're talking about another kind of thing.
Oh, never you went for that? You never went for that?
I would never. No.
Not at that point?
No.
I mean, eventually.
No, you say, what? No.
You're not into that?
No.
Seriously?
No, seriously.
I can picture you bent over a garbage pail.
I'm glad you can picture it, but didn't get me. No, there's no way.
Why not?
Just wasn't where I was.
You're not at that point?
No, I was passive. Very passive.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
By standing up, I had a route. I could escape.
That's true.
I could walk.
And you were always fast on your feet. You became a dancer, did you not?
I was Lester Horton's protege.
He was a dancer.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you become a dancer.
Listen, in the book you'll read, I was one of the first people to dance with Gypsy Rose Lee.
A stripper.
I was.
And she was a stripper.
She was more than a stripper.
Right.
She was an exotic. She was an exotic performer.
She took you in because she felt bad for you? Because you had got this kind of...
Mike Todd chose me.
Really? Boy, you really worked your way in with a lot of people.
1939.
How did he get there?
How did he get where? It was the world.
I don't know.
It was
Mike
the world
Todd and Gypsy Rose.
Yeah, how'd you get with Mike Todd? Weren't you some kind of child star also?
No. You see, you jumped.
I jumped, right?
You jumped from dancing.
From hooking to dancing to child star?
No, you shouldn't have done that.
I did the wrong thing.
It wasn't really hooking. It was being submissive
for money.
Need. For need. I think Quiver understands.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, her and her father had a party
Did you
going
put
on.
an S on my last name?
No. A lot of people have dropped the S on their last name. Ever since you wrote the book, you've become a superstar.
I've become Quiver.
Now, she's become a warm and terrific
she is a woman
that a lot of people understand now.
Yes.
Before, you got to remember.
I didn't understand.
Quiver was a laugh.
Right.
I mean, everyone knew her only from the laugh. Today, they knew there's a fantastic human being behind that.
Mr. Blackwell.
I'm really impressed.
Mr. Blackwell.
Impressed with your book. God bless you.
Let me take a break. And the book is Mr. Blackwell, From Rags to Bitches.
I wonder what
no
that
offense.
means.
Where that's right, when he reveals everything. In fact, he even reveals having had sexual affairs with Cary Grant.
Is that true?
True?
Which was, to me, one of the warmest, most sensitive things I could have done. I was wanted.
You played passive in that one?
Not completely.
Really?
Oh, my.
You got a little aggressive, didn't you, in the sax?
I was older.
Well, he was beautiful. He was a good-looking man.
That's a good-looking man, right? I mean, Cary Grant
you want to know my favorite?
Go ahead.
Of all the people I ever
made love to?
Yeah.
Who?
The truth?
Jackie Marlowe.
No.
Who?
No. Tyrone Power.
Really?
Oh, you're telling about Tyrone Power?
How did you know? Let me take wait a second.
I can tell you. We'll come
Blackwell. Let me take a break, Mr. Blackwell.
We'll come back.
Let me take a break.
Right. Sure.
And I want to hear about the night he took you.
Okay.
What you were wearing.
Was he in that Matador outfit?
You got it.
Okay. Did he wear a Matador outfit, in fact?
No, I didn't. Although he was doing Mark of the Czar.
We are going to hear A Night of Love from Mr. Blackwell. I love love stories. You know I do.
Well, this one was.
Now, has he ever had a long-term...
Well, we're going to get to that.
I can't hear.
You're jumping ahead because you're not wearing your headphones. You were so worried about your look that
now you blow my head out.
Tyrone Power, Tyrone Power, did his mustache tickle? Yes or no? Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Did it or didn't it?
That's no mustache.
You go for facial hair?
No, but this was an experience.
All right. But when a guy like Tyrone Power kisses you, when a guy kisses you with a mustache, does it disturb you?
What are you talking about then?
Tyrone Power. Didn't bother you at all.
No.
Fascinating.
When a woman with a mustache is there kissing you, does
It sure does. I want to puke. Women with mustaches really turn me off. Hey, and Mr. Blackwell, by the way, even though we're here promoting your book, I do want to know who are some of the, sloppy pigs in Hollywood who are not dressing that well. Okay, good. All right, we'll take a break and we'll be back right after this with the fascinating Mr. Blackwell.
You're listening to the Howard Stern Show. Howard Stern. Cool. You're rock and roll all day.
You sound better than ever.
Sounds good. This is where Dallas-Fort Worth rocks. 97.1 The Eagle. You're listening to the Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
We're sitting here with Mr. Blackwell, the author of From Rags to Bitches, a fascinating story.
He came up with a great title for his book.
I'm glad you wrote this book because I always suspected you might be gay. Always suspected
Did you ever suspect I was one terrific lover for women?
No, that I never would have suspected. I never would have predicted that. I never would have predicted that you had made love to women.
Howard? You know why? Because a dress designer gets a label. A hairdresser gets a label.
Right.
An interior decorator gets a label. The minute you become one of those, you're labeled.
Yes.
People don't assume that you would have a life other than what they want you to have. And they want you to be different, and they want you to be gay, and they want you to have alternative.
Yeah, but when you're having sex with a woman, you're thinking about guys, though, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh, come on.
I beg your pardon.
Let's be honest.
No, let's be honest.
Come on.
No, you be honest.
I'm honest.
I'm not.
All right, go ahead.
No, I mean, no.
Yeah, that's right. So you're not being honest. That's what I thought.
No.
You never think about a guy when you were with a woman?
No.
Really?
No. I had such need for compassion. I had such need to be accepted that whoever I was with is all I ever thought about.
No kidding.
Honest. Got it.
You've had long-term relationships, though, right?
With a lot of these people, no.
No?
No.
But now you have one, right? I always saw that when you used to come do the show, there was always some guy hanging around with you. I figured that was your boyfriend.
And the man you saw with me all the time,
yeah.
I've been with for 40 years.
40 years.
But he's not your lover?
Yes, he was.
Oh,
he was.
Okay. All right.
Yes, he was, but he was also a man that protected me, saved my life, pulled me through cancer, pulled me through a lot of big problems.
But that's what a relationship is.
And I'd have been broke.
So you did have a long-term relationship.
Well, that was it.
That was one relationship.
That was it.
But you were allowed to go fool around if you needed to.
Yeah, but you know something, Howard? Even though I might have over that period of time, and did, I had need probably to feel someone else would accept me. I think the greatest problem human beings have is confirmation. I think we need to have confirmation. We need to have someone say, hey.
Thank God I'm not a human being. I don't need that.
And that's the trouble with
right. I am a human being?
You're
really?
more human than a lot of people would like to believe.
Exactly.
Would like to believe. You got to remember, people want to pin a label on you, too.
Exactly.
And this is...
They don't understand.
You're smart enough to wear the label.
Right.
And you wear it on your sleeve.
I wear it with pride.
Enough to wear it inside my jacket.
All right, now let's get back to your story, Mr. Blackwell, from rags to riches, from rags to bitches. We should say that we're jumping around a little bit, but you do mention the names Cary Grant and Tyrone Power, which we were talking about before the commercial. In the book, you in fact admit that you did seduce these gentlemen.
I didn't seduce.
They seduced you?
I lived with them.
How did they meet you?
I met them through the studio.
You were an actor?
At the studio, yeah.
Oh, he acted too?
I was at Universal, went to Warner Brothers. I was introduced to Ty, a terrific guy.
Now, Tyrone Power always was suspected of being a homosexual, true?
Well, you know, they thought we all were.
Right.
I mean, in those days, if you were not, I mean, you didn't make out. That casting couch didn't have women producers then.
Did you have to make it with
male
guys
producers.
to
Yes.
get into? But
Yes.
you auditioned for Howard Hughes. That's one of the big stories
but
in your book.
What I heard about Howard, I never saw.
Right.
I heard Howard. This is what I heard.
Yes.
I don't know.
You
I
heard?
heard Howard had a lifetime romance with Carrie.
Really?
This is what I heard. It was in a book. It was a major thing in a book. Whether it was true or not, I don't know, because I never saw Howard do one thing that would imply he was gay. I never saw anything.
So when
he was always a very kind of campy jokester. The guy
you
loved
must-
to play pranks.
But when you saw Cary Grant in movies and stuff, you probably swooned over him. Am I correct? I mean, you probably thought that he was. You probably thought he was magnificent.
No.
You did not?
No. I needed that relationship to further my career.
I see.
I needed
Yeah. In other words, it became an affair that you must have.
I'm not going to tell you this wasn't a terrific experience.
Well, what happened? He brought you over to his place? He took you out on a date?
No. I came down to the house in Santa Monica.
Who sent you there?
And he was living then with Randy Scott.
And were they involved?
Yes.
Ah.
Oh, very much so.
Did he?
Now that was
very
always a
much
rumor.
so.
Yeah.
Very, very
Now,
much.
did Cary Grant?
But it was I'm sorry.
No, but here's what I'm curious about.
All right, please.
Cary Grant calls you, and it says
someone introduced me to him, brought me to his house, just someone at the studio, and as a matter of fact, if you asked me what the name was, I wouldn't even remember.
you don't even remember who told you to go there.
It didn't matter.
But you knew that if you didn't go there, you wouldn't get a part in a movie.
I knew if I didn't go there, I had no other way to push my career.
Right. If you went there,
push my career.
and if you went there, that meant you were in with the in crowd, right?
Well, I was a secret. You got to remember, if anyone really publicly knew about Carrie or anyone else, although the public did, but not the mass public.
Right.
The people in Hollywood knew it. But when they accepted you, then you were accepted. You were part of the team.
You were in the group.
You were part of the group that wanted self-expression and wanted you to be in their group.
When Chevy Chase went on The Tonight Show years ago and said that Cary Grant was a homosexual, Cary Grant sued him successfully. Why did no one step forward and say Chevy Chase was not wrong?
I don't think Chevy Chase should have done that.
You thought it was wrong?
No, I thought it was wrong.
So you are opposed to outing.
This is not a kiss and tell book.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm telling you about me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you what I did.
John Wayne, gay or straight?
As far as I know, he's straight.
Okay, just checking.
But is he opposed to outing?
Are you opposed to outing? You don't like the concept of outing?
No,
Is that
I
what it was?
hate it.
You hate it?
No, I hate it.
Someone wants to be in the closet, let him be in the closet.
No, if someone wants a private life,
they should have it.
Being in a closet is an emotional thing that really is destructive.
Right.
Having a private life is a privilege that you're entitled to. But being in the closet means that you can't even live with the truth yourself.
So
to me, that's what it means.
So
maybe to no one else. But
so Cary Grant's a big secret. You're brought down to his place. They tell you to go over there. You go over there. Is he there alone? He's not there with that guy?
Carrie, most of the time, Randy was there.
Randy was there. So you walk in, and you are a pretty young thing, are you not?
Yes,
you were a sight to behold.
I was terrific looking.
Good-looking guy.
I got to tell you, I really.
We know.
It's in the book.
I know. You were a good-looking guy.
It's embarrassing for him to say, but he has to tell.
I don't know the page.
Is it embarrassing to say that you were a good-looking man?
Not at all.
Not at all. You're proud of it.
No,
you were a handsome man.
Are you kidding? I went through plastic surgery 4 times.
To maintain your look.
Try to capture it again.
Right.
Can't. How much can you lift?
You look fine.
I have a belly button for a nose.
All right.
Come on.
Now, let me get this straight.
I'm teasing.
Now, you went over there.
I'm teasing.
You went over there.
Yeah.
And there is Cary Grant.
Don't make mud out of it because
of course I will.
Okay.
All right. Now.
Was he lying by the pool?
Was he naked by the pool when you walked in with his statues of... so you walk in, he's there. He goes, hello there, Mr. Blackwell.
No, it wasn't. You know something? There was a lot of unspoken knowing. There was a lot of things you didn't have to say.
Blackwell.
No,
did he fix you a drink?
He didn't sound that way?
No,
really?
No. Try Judy.
Screw me.
No, Judy.
Oh, Judy.
No, try Judy.
How does he make it overture? I mean, how does he...
How do I look in this speedo?
Do you mean that?
Look at this package by the pool. The beautiful pool.
Carrie.
Look at this package, Mr. Blackwell. Yeah.
Blackwell. He sounds like the Jewish...
All right, anyway.
Out of Bensonhurst.
All right, wait a second. Mr. Blackwell.
Have you met Randy?
Yes, that's Randy.
Randy.
All right, so you go in there, and this is exciting. You got to admit, You go in there, and then what does he do? He just starts grabbing you and kissing you and stuff?
No, we had dinner. It was
romantic?
It was a very...
And then the two of them...
Where would Randy go?
And where does Randy... Then it's Randy and him and you got it on? The three guys?
There was never a...
No, never a threesome? Not into that?
But I'll tell you
I like that scene.
Look at your butt. My God, my nuts are going to burst. Look at that beautiful butt. That beautiful butt.
Can Charlie go away? I don't believe him. I mean, here I am. I suffered.
Randy, take the car into Hollywood, Randy. I'm going to be alone here.
Well, he's not too bad.
Beautiful.
Try the Judy. Does he always do
Fruity.
All right.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Sure, all right. Okay.
Whatever you want.
All right. Wait a second.
Okay.
I'm fascinated by this. So, like, what does he start, like, playing footsie under the table or something? I mean, he just...
these things come around.
They do?
They come around. You go over for dinner. You go over spend an afternoon.
Right.
You meet... You're with people. These things evolve.
And then
so it wasn't like a
first visit?
It doesn't mean you're a tramp.
No, I understand that. I'm not accusing anyone of being a tramp.
No, I'm just saying it.
I'm just saying you went over, and you start, like, making out and stuff, and then one thing leads to another, and then you end up in the sack.
But I knew I had to make out. I knew if I didn't succeed at what I went over for, which was to become part of a team.
Go ahead.
I knew that I'd be back out on the street looking around again.
So was Carrie satisfied, do you think? Very.
Yeah.
Very much in love with you.
So,
I think he was certainly infatuated.
Head over heels.
Well,
did he call you special names?
No, not really.
I doubt
as a matter
that.
Of fact, no.
No, Blackwell.
No, as a matter of fact, no.
Really?
No.
Lily. Let's go moisten my silk sheets. Did you bring a bustier? I
He's
love
terrific.
you.
Isn't he great? He's terrific.
Can we let him go?
Yeah. Mr. Blackwell, so what are you...
Let's go on.
He's funny.
Lick my cleft.
All right, take it easy. Please,
No,
a little decorum.
That was where we didn't go.
Exactly.
That's where we didn't go. Right.
But a handsome man, and the two of you become lovers for a while. Not just for one-shot deal.
Yeah, but this was not a permanent love affair.
And do you start getting movies as a result?
No.
You did not?
I just got in.
In with the in crowd?
With the in crowd.
now, what does that get you? Just getting in.
Well, get
to Mr. Blackwell, to put parties.
There are parties. It means that the people who were also in that group
Your
would
networking.
accept you.
Yes.
Would accept you.
Yeah.
And then you would not be on the outside looking in. You would be inside.
It's the
But
network.
then don't forget, the same thing happened with Mae West.
You did her?
No, I didn't have an affair with Mae. As a matter of fact, I don't know anybody
who would have an affair with her.
Had an affair with her.
Steve Rossi did.
May had a power.
You know Steve Rossi from Allen and Rossi?
He had an affair with
Well,
Mae.
this is what happened. He was one of her remember she did an act on the road with bodybuilders.
Yeah,
he was one of the Steve Rossi was one of the bodybuilders. So he tells a story. He was brought into the room.
Yeah.
And Mae says, "Hank, I want to have sex with you," whatever she says.
That would make sense.
Yeah, well, not exactly. I'm paraphrasing.
Okay.
Steve says she gets on her knees, pulls off his pants, and she starts to do something to him, as you know. So he's holding on, oral. Holds on to her head. He pulls her wig off her head. And first she takes her teeth off. She took her teeth out. She was an old woman at this point.
I know.
She took her teeth out, and he pulled her hair right off her head. He said it was some sight. But he performed because he wanted to get
her hair was very thin. She was never bald.
Really?
Her hair was very, very thin.
Okay,
I'm
well.
sorry to tell you.
Yeah, right.
Because I knew Mae well. Mae was a terrific friend. I got to tell you, Mae was one terrific friend to me.
Well, she was a generous person, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, when you say Tyrone Power was one of the loves of your life, though, I mean, Cary Grant was a guy that you were with because you went through it, but you liked it, and it wasn't displeasurable, right?
Not at all.
Unpleasurable, if that's the word.
No,
and
not
you
at all.
enjoyed it,
Yes.
but Tyrone Power, you were really attracted to.
Yes, I was.
You tease.
What about me? I wonder what will fit in my seat. Let's experiment.
Be quiet.
That's some fun object.
I don't know.
Be quiet, Cary.
Peanut butter
this
jar.
guy's got a problem.
He's an imp.
Then we'll take it out with cement later.
Put him on radio. Are you
Louisville
clever?
Slugger.
This guy's laughing like clever.
I love it. I'll get you in the movies. Get some more peanut butter jars.
All right. Anyway.
Guy's terrific.
It wasn't like that.
Guy's terrific. You're fired.
You're making a mockery of the
Don't make a mockery.
Yeah, it's a mockery.
The book, of course, is fascinating. It's Mr. Blackwell, From Rags to Bitches. And Mr. Blackwell's very honest. Not many people would be honest about this.
Wait a minute.
Now,
You know, the career was terrific.
now, you don't regret anything in your life.
No,
Now,
no.
when
No
you met Tyrone
apologies.
Power, you
No
were
regrets.
love-struck, right? I mean, you looked
Yes,
into
I
that face.
was.
You never saw a more handsome man.
Never.
You were used to having to look at yourself in the mirror was delightful.
Which was.
But now, you were with a man of equal good looks.
I
The
was
two
a-
of you together would
you
look
know, the most-
spectacular.
Howard, the most important thing about Ty
Yes.
was that this man was a very caring, a very decent, and a very warm and sensitive human being.
Oh,
This
boy.
guy gave me a lot of what I needed. Confirmation.
That's
you
what
don't
you
know
want to
your
call it.
father, and you get born on the streets. Boy, you look for it. Any
He was your father figure? Would you?
No, he was my confirmation that I had something worth living for.
How long were you with him?
Over a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Best sex you ever had?
I didn't live.
Best sex
in
you ever
his
had?
house. No,
No?
no.
He wasn't that
But
good
the
in the
most
sex?
loving,
The most loving?
person I ever knew. Yes.
When he took off his clothes, were you like in heaven? I mean, you worshipped him?
I enjoyed just walking down the street with him. I just enjoyed even being at the studio in the apartment. I used to wait in his apartment.
But he would take you 2 to 3 times a day, would he not?
No, not true.
What are
Not
you
true?
talking
Not
about?
I don't know, I'm fishing.
Sorry about that.
But I say he was a father figure because he went farther than any man had gone before.
Yeah, he was a father.
Right.
I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
Mr. Blackwell,
You got it.
Now, let me just take a break
Can't
from
we
the
get
story.
an ad?
Daddy.
When are we going to ever find out how he decided on making this list?
Yeah, now, let's jump ahead because obviously we have tickled the listeners' fancy. We have gotten them intrigued in your story. And there are many, many stories, Robin, that I don't even go into here, as when Mr. Blackwell was a child star, and after being a child star, he wakes up one day as an adult, he goes to his trust fund, and he has $60 in the $68 in the account.
Who robbed
Coogan
him?
law.
Who robbed you?
Family. I
Wow.
put my brother through college along with my aunt. After that, I never really saw him again.
What were you in?
I was going to say, where are they now?
When you were a little kid,
My
weren't you
brother,
Yeah.
Cliver, I'm sorry, I'm not wearing the earphones. My brother lives somewhere in the east. I'm
You
not
never
sure.
see him?
No, we don't see each other.
Ugh.
No, we're completely separated. Completely. We just don't see eye to eye
Really?
on anything.
You're a difficult person to get along with, true or false?
No, I'm not. All you got to
Because you're very opinionated, you know.
Yeah, but all you got to do is just be a nice guy.
Be a nice guy.
Don't attack.
He was
Don't
attacking you?
censor me.
Was
My
he
brother-
embarrassed that you were gay?
Yes.
That's the problem.
Yes.
I knew it.
Yes.
But he took that money and went to school, didn't he?
Well, I put him through college.
Yeah.
My family lived with us, and this was fine.
Did you make a lot of money as a child star?
Yeah, I was with Little Tough Guys. I was in Rita Hayworth's first movie, and with Paul Kelly, which was Frankie Darrow and his gang, which was a picture that went right down the tubes. And right down the tubes.
Now, let me ask you.
I was in Elizabeth Taylor's second movie, National Velvet.
Let me jump ahead for a second.
Tell him
10
about the time you
seconds,
sat on my Academy Award.
All right, please,
What's Charlie
Carrie.
doing?
Carrie Grant.
Charlie's
All right,
terrific.
listen.
Snug.
All right, listen to me.
I'll buy it,
Let me jump ahead.
please.
So, a lot of people know you because of the 10 worst dress list, but you were a
Most.
designer, you had a lot of things going on in your life, and that's why you wrote the book. You really wanted to show people that there was more to your life than just being the top, the 10 worst list.
That's right.
So, when you made this 10 worst list, it was so important to you, it becomes so big, that Johnny Carson himself, you described this in the book, decides that he is going to change your 10 worst dress list because he thinks it'll be funnier. You're going to come on, and you're going to be a guest, and he says, hey, put Zsa Zsa Gabor on there because we'll be able to make fun of her.
That's right.
And you refused, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah. Let me tell you what happened. I came in the studio. The producer came at me and said, Johnny doesn't like your list.
Freddie de Cordova?
No, Johnny.
No, but I'm saying he was the
Yeah,
producer?
he was the producer.
All right, he comes into the room.
No. The book. No. The girl who books.
Go ahead. Okay.
Shirley Wood.
Okay, go ahead.
And she said, Johnny doesn't like your list. And I said, well, that's too bad.
This is my list.
The list is out.
Yes.
It's over the wires. It was that morning. She tells me, Johnny doesn't want to do the list.
Pompous jackass, Johnny Carson. True?
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. So I said, okay, fine. I have a contract.
Yes.
Put me on 1 minute to 12 and kiss me off.
Right.
Be the end of it.
Go ahead.
Instead of that, I went on the air, and Johnny threw me the names of the people he wanted on the list. Later, I found out this was his way of getting even with the people he didn't like, but he was going to do it through me.
Who do you hate more, your brother or Johnny Carson?
My brother.
Wow. Never seen anyone get a standing ovation. I don't know. You get a standing ovation. I don't ask why people applaud.
The only time I get a standing ovation is when I sing the national anthem.
That's right.
I get a standing.
Now, Mr. Blackwell, tell me quickly, because I want to make sure we do this. People like to hear this. First of all, isn't it fascinating, though, how famous you became from a worst dress list?
Did you once come up with the best dress list and nobody noticed, so you
No
started...
one prints it, Quiver.
Yeah, so you
if I came up with it, and I do come up with it.
You come up with the 10 best dress, but nobody cares. Nobody cares. People want you to be hateful. They want you to come out and say, hey, this is no good.
Yeah, they want to hate something.
Do you know I was inspired by you, that I actually, several years ago, said, hey, if Mr. Blackwell got famous writing a list, I'll write a few lists. So I came out with the 10 worst songs of the year, 10 worst everything. I came out about 100 lists. They didn't print one friggin' one. How did you get... Why? They don't pay attention. I figured I'll get in on this, too. How did you get them to start printing it?
I was the first one
to do it.
To ever do a negative list.
Yes.
No one, Harvard Lampoon was the only one that ever really attacked people in a campy kind of way. In a very campy way.
But you did it for real.
First one. Yeah.
You viciously picked them apart.
I had a whole industry on my ass. I mean, a whole industry.
Right, you had a lot of people on your ass. Let me tell you something, the way you were going.
Standing up.
Great. But, Mr. Blackwell, tell me, who are some of the worst-dressed people right now in the country that you've seen? Some of the celebrities.
People in this room except...
Yeah, don't talk about me. And don't talk about Fred.
No,
Fred dresses like a bumpkin.
I think Camilla Parker Bowles.
Yes,
is one of the worst dressed women I've ever seen.
That's the one Prince Charles is attracted to.
That's his problem.
Right.
I don't know what his problem is.
But there's a problem
more problems than I have.
Yeah.
I don't know. If he thinks this is great, I mean, good luck to him.
And she's not that good looking.
I tell you, I don't like Demi Moore.
You don't?
As a dresser.
See, wait a minute. You need to like women.
Wait a minute. We're not talking as an actress. We're not talking...
Did you see Disclosure? Did you see her sitting there?
I saw her. Yeah, but that's not dressing.
Oh, you're talking about when she goes to premieres and stuff?
Yeah, I think she looks like hell.
Why? Because she shows off too much bust?
No, because she doesn't really have any taste.
Really?
I mean, I think the whole thing really denies the fact that this is a really beautiful woman.
And you think she should dress classier?
I think she ought to, yeah. I think
you know what it is?
More movie stuff.
I'll tell you what her
But look who she's married to.
Listen, she's such a piece of ass that she has to tone down what she wears in public. Or else she's going to have guys jumping through walls.
Well, jump. They did for Marilyn.
Yeah?
Let him jump.
Really?
I mean, sure, let him jump. What's wrong with that?
All right, who else?
I'm sorry, I didn't like when Demi cut the hair.
You don't like that?
No, I thought when she butched the hair.
No good.
I thought when she started playing lawyers and she lost the femininity, I thought she was really letting what she was down. Hey, thank you.
Wow. Another standing ovation.
I'll tell you another one who dresses badly, but I think she does it on purpose.
Who?
Roseanne.
Well, Roseanne.
She's making a joke.
I was very nice.
How's she going to dress? How's she going to dress good?
Good, easy.
Oh, come on.
You can look all right.
What's she going to wear? A tent?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but in a good color.
What is it, Flop Flop Lily?
That's all.
How dare you interrupt me in Blackwell?
All I said about Demi.
What do you want?
When we were out in the green room, Mr. Blackwell was telling the camera what he would do to change your look.
Oh, my look?
Really?
He's got a couple of suggestions.
No. We're going to finish for the other people first.
I see. How dare you?
Aren't you the guy with the camera? Are you the guy that's very close with the camera?
No, that's the fat guy.
Did he come too close to the camera?
You're not thin.
What do you think of Gary? Hey, let me ask you something. You think...
You're not thin. Oh, boy.
Gary goes, no, that was the fat guy. Who's he kidding?
I love that.
Mr. Blackwell, is Gary cute? You think he's attractive?
Oh, no.
Not at all.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Straight. You crazy.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
I'm just straight as an
Mr. Blackwell does not like Gary. No one does. Don't feel bad.
No, I don't feel bad. It's his problem.
But wait a second. There's a point. Okay, while we're not covering the whole 10 list, what about me? How would you change my look? That's a legitimate question.
Well, you know, professionally.
Go ahead.
I wouldn't.
Right.
Until you're finished with this whole Howard Stern
thing.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you got a thing, I had a thing in the list.
And you think I should cut my hair, don't you?
I think when you quit this.
Really?
When you're ready to quit this.
Take a look at my face and tell me, would you want to see more of this?
Well,
isn't it covering the face with a little wisp of hair here or something?
No, you don't have a bad face.
Really?
You got a good face.
I don't know.
As a matter of fact, your hair takes away from your face.
It does?
And those glasses, I don't know. Maybe you don't see. I don't know.
No, I can see. I think it makes my nose look smaller if I wear the dark glasses.
Your nose look bigger.
You do?
Yeah.
Let me see. When I go like this, you think my nose looks now smaller?
Got great eyes.
Really?
You got great eyes.
You know what?
Didn't you say that to Cary Grant?
No.
We ought to have Mr. Blackwell do a makeover on
It
you.
wasn't his eyes.
No, I don't want any makeover.
Oh,
no, you
yes.
look good.
Thank you.
You look.
Do I look a little like Tyrone Power? People do tell me.
God, no.
No.
But show him your eyes. You do have beautiful eyes.
No, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Does
Yes.
he,
Yes.
Quiver?
Yeah.
People
Quiver.
don't know.
Let me tell you something, Quiver. I got a good-looking set of eyes.
You got great eyes.
And I got great legs. If I showed them to you, you would jump on top of me.
I saw your legs. No, I'm
not going to show you because I don't want to turn you on too much.
You won't turn me on. No, I promise you.
All right, Mr. Blackwell, we're all excited about the book. Mr. Blackwell, From Rags to Bitches, he's very honest about it. He tells you the whole life story there. We've only gotten just a taste of some of the more outrageous things in Mr. Blackwell's book.
He knew everybody in Hollywood.
He knew everybody in Hollywood. He knew them all. Tyrone, Carrie, right, Carrie?
Oh, I knew it.
I miss your kisses. I miss them kisses.
Is this guy back in the studio?
I love your kisses. Do you like this lipstick? Does this go with my dress?
What about Carrie?
He wasn't that way.
Mr. Blackwell, would you ever wear women's clothing?
No.
Never tried a woman's clothing on?
I don't want
Go
really?
Go.
What about Cary Grant? Would he?
No.
Tyrone Power?
No.
Would never try a woman's clothing on. Never went that way. They were totally into being men.
You mean transvestites? No.
But even for you, when you would create these fabulous creations for women, you never would try them on?
Did you know Montgomery Clift?
Did you know Montgomery Clift?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Would you become his lover?
Nope.
Oh.
You did not?
Nope.
Why did you reject his advances?
I thought he was mean.
You did?
Oh, really?
You could have had him?
I think in those days I could have had
anyone.
A lot of people.
James Dean.
James Dean?
Oh, no interest at all.
Really?
No.
Sal Mineo?
James was a different kind of person.
Yeah.
Terrific guy. Sal Mineo. Sal was a very kind guy. Yeah, I mean.
You made love to him?
No, I would not have rejected him.
You would not?
No, I would not.
You like that?
I would have enjoyed him.
You're damn right.
No.
You have insatiable appetites, Mr. Blackwell.
No, I don't.
I must tell you. Really?
I'm very picky.
Seems like everyone's gay now all of a sudden.
No. Everyone's
straight.
gay. Let me tell you what it is. Everyone's able to say who they are, what they are, and not have to hide.
What about your 3-year affair with Hop Singh from Bonanza? Is that true? Hop Singh from Bonanza? Never had him? I'm just fishing. I don't even know
his name.
He's not even gay. But I just figured I was hoping that maybe you would.
I think everyone has two sides of the right day.
Really?
The right day.
You catch him in the right mood, enough beer.
I think
everybody's got two sides.
Me in the right mood, too.
Yeah.
All right, what does he think of the new crop of stars? Who would he be interested in today?
If you could have any of the new crop of stars, men-wise, I'm not saying any of them are gay. I'm just saying just physically who appeals to you that is some of the new hot stars. Men.
You know something?
Go ahead. Don't tell me about the era of glamour and all that.
No, I'm not worried about it.
Go ahead. There's got to be someone you find attractive. Matthew Broderick?
But you got to know, I've got to respect him, too.
Go ahead.
You know, I've grown up.
All right, who do you find attractive?
I'm no longer in there just because
Just for the look.
All right. Who is your type?
Well, who would I enjoy most being with?
Yes.
Probably Malkovich.
Really?
Oh, John Malkovich.
Tom Cruise?
No.
Dustin Hoffman?
No.
I see.
No.
Well, there you go.
That's a surprising name.
Really?
Turns me on.
Well, I don't know.
I love Fran. I think she's...
Who?
Fran
Drescher?
I
yeah,
think
she's hot.
Dynamite.
Well, there, now we're talking like guys.
I mean, I like
that.
What does he think of Sharon Stone?
You like Sharon Stone? Pig, right? She's losing it.
If she would keep her mouth shut, I think she's one beauty.
Right.
Yeah, I think she's a beauty.
You attracted to
a 1995 Lana Turner.
I see.
Think about it. You know who I really think is dynamite? Jodie Foster.
Oh, yeah.
I think Jodie is one incredible woman.
Attracted to Elton John and all?
No.
What about what about Martha Ray's ex-husband, Mark Harris?
Oh, please. Are you kidding?
Wouldn't go with him?
I'd leave town.
Right. Very good. Mr. Blackwell, From Rags to Bitches is the book. Mr. Blackwell's new book. Pick it up in bookstores. Thanks so much for coming by, Mr. Blackwell.
You're terrific.
Really? Well, you're terrific, too. Billy, did you work on your impression of Mr. Blackwell?
his voice is really, really low. It's like this.
I see. All right, so you're working.
There's something wrong with
We
that.
did it for food. I
Isn't it
took
wonderful?
a quarter because I had to eat.
Imagine this at midnight.
Imagine this at midnight.
All right, you two go off in the corner. Mr. Blackwell, thank you so much.
Blackie, fetch me a martini and put on a bikini.
All right, let's...
I'm over-talking him. You're terrific. I love you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back. Right. Thank you, Mr. Blackwell.
You're listening to the Howard Stern Show. Turn all morning. You'll rock all day. Yeah. 97.1 The Eagle. You're listening to the Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern. Super.
Neil Young.
Very funny listening to Paul Turner. I was just down in Philly and saw him. You know, he's hanging around the studios there all the time.
now back with Howard Stern.
Hello, Robin.
Hey, you know that guy whose life I saved, Emilio? He called in yesterday morning. Or I called him because he was in the newspaper bad-mouthing me, saying that I don't take care of him. So I got pissed off and I called him and we worked things out. And then I even got him a shot at a job working for a sanitation company. He never got in touch with the guy.
Of course not.
So Emilio's here now. He wants to tell me something.
What would he do if he didn't have complaints?
Hey, Emilio. Hey, overalls. I'm wearing overalls, Emilio. You know, Emilio, you're a nice-looking guy. You're strong. You're able-bodied. You always have a smile. You speak well. I don't know what your beef is. And you know what? I was thinking about you last night. Believe it or not, you got me thinking about you after I read that article in the newspaper. I don't have it in front of me right now, but...
Right.
Did you finally read it?
Yeah, I did. I read it, and I felt your vibe. I felt you thinking about me. That's why I said, hey, that's a lot of stuff to clear up over here.
Yeah,
you know?
well, you
He
definitely...
felt your vibe.
Yeah. Well, I called him up and he did a backpedal. He said he never said any of those things and he was misquoted. And that he really meant them about Dominic, the lawyer, not me. But you never mentioned...
Videotape.
No.
Here.
Gary listened to all those tapes. You don't have the interview you gave the woman. Do you have the tape of the interview you gave the woman?
No, he doesn't have that.
I have the phone recorded, the answer machine messages where she called asking me for a story. She called me. She looked for me. Okay, and then...
How high are you? Are you high right now?
No, I'm not.
You are not stoned? Man, I've been stoned.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Nah. I don't
You're not
do
on
that
anything
stuff.
right now?
No, I'm not. Nothing at all.
You're
tired. I was up
willing to
early.
take a test?
Sure.
All right.
Let me have it.
Pee into this cup.
Should have called me yesterday. I had a full bladder.
And I'll test your urine.
So, yeah, and she was also asking me about...
So listen to the article. I wake up yesterday morning, and
Yeah,
here it
because
is.
he's not going to have anything to corroborate
No,
his own
of course
testimony
not.
here that he didn't say all this stuff.
Howard Stern treatment of man whose life he saved. This is great. You got to hear this. Listen.
Have we ever been able to get those people on the phone, by the way?
No, they won't come on the air, or
That's
Gary's
another
tried.
reason why I came in. I have her direct number, her pager, and the Daily News number.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. She still won't come on the air with us. Listen to this.
She don't know.
There are those in New York who would see the man on a ledge and yell jump. Instead, Howard Stern talked Emilio Bonilla down from the GWB last December after he called him on a cellular phone. But Stern may not have heard the old saying, if you save a man's life, you are responsible for it. See, I definitely have heard that saying. I just don't know if I'm going to...
Who believes it?
Yeah. The unemployed Bonilla now claims Stern blew him off after he asked for more help, which is not true. I said, you saved my life, man, and there's nothing for me. I'm miserable, Bonilla told the News. Marion Davis is the reporter, by the way. Howard said something like, what do you want me to do, take you in and support you? Bonilla claims Stern talked him into coming on the show by promising meals and gifts that never materialized. Now, what are you saying that for? Why are you saying I promised you meals and gifts?
I said the show. Dominic did.
Dominic doesn't represent the show.
Tape. Okay, I have on tape what he said, and this is what she heard, and she put a twist on it.
Yeah, but why did you say Dominic? I didn't say it.
That's why we could call her. I have her numbers. We could ask her why. I'm ready to retract the story.
Bonilla said, I just went and poured my heart and guts out, and it was all for nothing. So, in other words, this thing makes it seem like I somehow took advantage of Emilio after saving his life, and now I'm some kind of scuzzball.
I'm here to say that's not true. That's why I came in. I want to clear it all up.
Yeah, but now it's in the newspaper.
Well, and I'm here saying that it's bogus. I'm going to retract
Bonilla
it.
said, I just feel exploited.
Sounds like you're pretty disgruntled.
He is disgruntled. You know what? Because I've heard him, and then on the air yesterday, he did act disgruntled. Well, you did, man. You did abandon me. I make these phone calls to you, and you don't let me in.
Yeah, go on. Why
I had
don't you
just
take my
got up.
calls?
Yeah.
I wasn't all there. I'm awake now,
man.
so it's all cool.
And then on top of it, to boot, so then I get him another job offer. This guy runs a sanitation company out in Jersey.
Yes.
Does Emilio rush to call the guy after the show? No. What happened?
I got busy. I had to get my kid in school, and I had a lot of running
So how
around
can you
to
say
do.
I don't help you?
You're too busy
You
to
do
have a
help
job.
me. You do help me.
You're too busy to have a job.
I'm busy writing. I've been writing my ass off. You know,
And writing what?
lyrics, music.
You see that?
That's my thing. That's what I want.
That's a waste of time.
Why?
Because how old are you now?
30.
Right, exactly.
How long have you been writing these lyrics?
Musical genius.
5
comes up.
years since like 1990.
Emilio, musical
And
genius.
all the time you've asked me, what can we do? What can we do? That's one thing that I want to say.
Well,
I'm
sing
writing.
a song. Let me hear.
No, I don't sing. I don't have the vocals. I write. That's my thing.
Let me hear. Let me hear 3
I
lines.
don't have no lyrics.
You don't have anything.
Well, I want to put together a demo, and I want to,
Here's a lyric
put
you
it
should
out
learn.
there.
You need to get a job. A job, a job, a job, a job. And stop waiting for Howard to do something. What?
Now, what do you think? Howard doesn't sing. He's going to do a demo for you?
Yeah.
of course not.
What do you want me to do with your song?
Nothing. It's exposed. That's
Oh,
good
good.
enough.
All right, good.
That's
All right.
good enough.
So I've done enough. Yeah.
Dominic's on the phone.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
On the hotline.
And who else is on here?
The guy that offered Emilio the job. that
Oh,
never
really?
called.
Hey, Dominic. You on?
What did we do wrong for this guy? We got the criminal charges dismissed. I sent the lawyer to court for him. What's
I don't know, but
the
he's
mental hospital. What else?
he's bad-mouthing me in the newspaper, but then he's saying he didn't say it.
Yeah, he's trying to badmouth you, Dominic, but it always comes out Howard.
Yeah, I think it just was Howard.
But I don't really. I think what's really going on, he's got the look of love, if you know what I mean.
Maybe he's in love with you.
Are you in love with me, Emilio? Huh?
See, now
I
here's
dig
a
you,
guy
but I don't
who
know
acts
about
like
love.
he's in love. You're right.
Yeah. Hey, Joe. Is it Joe here?
Hello?
Johnny.
Yeah. Johnny is his name?
Yeah, Johnny.
Johnny. I'm sorry. I thought your name was Joe.
Okay.
Hey, Johnny. What happened? Emilio never called you?
I figured he'd call 5 minutes after he hung up saying, wow, I got to leave for a job.
Right.
I mean, this guy don't want to work. You hit the nail on the head. He don't want to work.
I know.
was shell-shocked. There was a lot of stuff going on after.
A lot of
that,
stuff.
a lot of phone
it takes
calls.
2
and
minutes
stuff.
to make a phone call and say, you know what, I appreciate the offer. Whether A, you're going to take it, or B, you know what, can I call you back tomorrow? This way you
Of
give
course.
the guy you give the guy, you give me some kind of a shot. I came in.
No, you don't understand.
You don't have any need for lyrics, though, do you?
Yeah, Johnny, would you like a singing garbage man?
When we're broke, I sing the blues. I got needs for lyrics.
When Emilio was collecting the garbage, couldn't he sing a few songs?
Yeah, he can whistle while he works.
Right.
He'll do whatever he wants, but he's not going to work here because he didn't even call me.
Right, Johnny.
I got another offer for him now.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to drive him back to the bridge.
Right.
He wants to go.
Johnny, let me
I'll
just
give
say
him
something.
Imus's number.
Yeah.
See what I'll get from that.
Hey, Johnny, let me say something
I
here.
miss things.
Yeah, exactly, Emilio. Emilio knows that.
Yeah.
Johnny, when you offer a guy a job, usually he'll call right away and
If
say
he
thank
wants
you.
to work.
Yeah, Emilio, what's going on? Now now I don't want to hear you badmouthing me anymore. I mean, I've done everything I can for you.
I know. There's job number 2. You're doing the right thing.
Right.
I never, like I said, that's going to be retracted, and,
Right.
I got the tapes to back it. This is what I play, and this is what was said.
Okay.
Howard, I
It
don't
was
think
twisted.
that Emilio. I don't think Emilio is looking for a job. When he was on the bridge, he had more cellular phones than the president.
I still have it. It's right here.
It's true. For a guy who needs a job, how come you have all these cellular
You got all
phones?
these
And
gadgets.
beepers.
I like to stay in touch.
Right.
Stay in touch with who? You don't have a job. And beepers.
Yeah, but I got properties. I got tenants calling me, and,
Oh, you do have properties?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. So what are you
Look at
worried
you.
about?
You're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Why isn't he back on his job?
I don't know what's going
What
on.
was he doing at the post office with the...
Well, that's how I got there, to begin with. I
Hey,
mean,
Dominic.
it's not enough.
Who's more media hungry, Emilio or Joey Buttafuoco?
No, but Emilio, why are you not
Joey,
back at the post office?
Yeah, why aren't you back at the post office?
I have an interview sometime this week, as a matter of fact, okay? After that, chances are I'll return to work.
Oh.
I don't like to talk too much about the job because,
You don't wanna get in
You're
trouble.
too busy bad-mouthing Howard.
Yeah. So you got yourself in the newspaper bad-mouthing me. You worked yourself back in.
They called me.
Yeah.
Everything was cool. I just came
In
in,
Emilio's
smoked a
defense,
peace pipe.
I will say that reporter definitely had an agenda against me.
Sure. But doesn't everybody?
Yeah.
It's like you were down with the Celine thing, whatever, and
Right.
they figured, let's keep kicking a dead horse.
Right.
Let's start up a ruckus,
Right.
and now it's negative. Let's keep it there. And that's obviously what she wanted because even she asked me for Helen Trimble's number.
Right.
Okay, I
The other
called
woman.
Helen, exactly.
Helen Trimble is the woman who approached Emilio on the bridge.
She jumped out of her car to save him.
Yeah, you called her.
Yeah, I called her to make sure it was okay,
Right.
and then fine. So Marion called me back. I gave her the number. She called Helen. They spoke because I spoke with Helen after that.
And Helen probably said a bunch of nice things about me, so they couldn't get in the story.
Thank you.
Yeah,
There
it
you
didn't
go.
support the story that somehow I had abandoned Emilio. I didn't abandon
Do
the
you
guy.
understand the difference between you and Helen now?
Yeah, Helen knows how to handle things, and you don't.
But actually, he
Maybe she
is
should be
looking
an
for a
agent.
job. I think he's looking for his own talk show.
I know. Well, that's what I said. I said Emilio's looking for a
Wait a
talk
minute,
show.
I got it. Let's set him up an interview with Tom.
No, you set him up in a different job.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And then he can get rejected from that job. We did our best.
Yeah, he's already gotten
You
rejected.
guys did, you did plenty for him. I can't believe that Dominic did for everybody did for him. He still wants more.
Right.
Who
Let me
did,
tell you
Johnny?
something.
Yeah, Johnny.
You want to do something like
Johnny.
you got to persevere. You got to keep going. You got to start somewhere and end up where you want to go.
I'm going to tell you something. Johnny might be a guy who started out in the sanitation business, but now Johnny's got 100 people working for him.
Exactly.
Johnny's got a whole thing going. You should listen to a guy like Johnny.
Right, but Johnny, can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Didn't your secretary or your receptionist tell you that I called
No,
yesterday at 4:10?
Let me tell you something. My
She didn't
girls
tell you
tell
that?
me every message I get. You never call this office.
Well, who answers the phone around 4:10? Maybe we should ask her, because I did
4:10
call
in the
you.
afternoon?
Yeah.
Look at this.
You left at 4 o'clock.
I left at 3:45.
He's already arguing with his boss.
Meanwhile,
They
you
told me
didn't even
left
tell
at
me. You just said before you had no time to call. Now all of a sudden you called. Let me tell you something. I've
I was
met
gonna
guys
call
like
you
you
today.
for the last 12 years I've been working here. Always an excuse. I got an excuse. My dog died. The cats ran away. You don't want to work.
I didn't think it was
You
a
want
big
people to give
emergency
you stuff.
thing. You know, I was going to get to you. I was going to call you today.
Sounds like a good
Give me
job.
stuff, man.
What is that?
No rush in getting a
Yeah,
job.
that's not a high
I
priority.
thought you needed a job.
I'm busy
Yeah, but
writing, you know.
in
I'm
you're
focused
right.
on
He's going to go to
that.
his garbage truck and pick up garbage every day. Ask him, look at him. Does he look like he wants to do that?
You know what, Howard, though? I think Emilio's definitely starstruck because, we got a phone call a couple of weeks ago from a book company. Emilio's shopping around his bio, but nobody's interested.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Emilio, is that right?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You've been shopping your bio?
People are telling me, you got an interesting life, everything that happened and all the press, put it in a book and
Oh,
stuff.
man.
You know?
Howard,
That
you know
book
what's
could be about a
amazing?
page.
I know.
Amazing. Everybody said that it was a hoax when you did, when he jumped.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he did the hoax.
Right.
He just wanted to get on the air with you.
No, I don't think so. I think you were legitimately depressed.
I don't know.
I don't know. And to back
I don't know.
check it
Told
out.
me
Do
he
you
was.
have tapes to back that too?
Yeah,
No, I've
he
been
does.
diagnosed with ADD. This is something I didn't know I had. So this goes way beyond the.
How long you got to live?
Oh, no, not
not
ADD.
ADD.
Oh, ADD. I can't spell so good, my brother.
You know what that is?
What is that?
Attention deficit disorder.
I
Oh,
would
big
agree
deal.
with that.
What do you mean? big
Everybody
deal?
has that, man.
No, I
Dominic
got
has
that.
that. Yeah.
I got that.
It's called lazy.
Yeah. Attention deficit disorder.
Too lazy to pay attention.
Too lazy to
that's
call
right.
Johnny and get your job.
Well, I've been reading up on it.
Johnny, are you still interested in Emilio, or you've had it with him?
I tell you, it just left a real bad taste in my mouth.
Johnny, you know what that means, don't you, when a guy doesn't jump on a situation like that?
I didn't expect you to sit by the phone, though. I mean, I tried calling you. I didn't know you were out of here, at 4.
I'll tell you, but the thing is, you got off the phone with Gary around, 6:30? Why didn't you call me at 6:35?
Yeah, why
You were
wouldn't you?
still in bed. You said you had a sore throat. You couldn't say, hey, Johnny, do me a favor. I'll call you back tomorrow.
Johnny, what time do your men get there in the morning to start picking up the garbage?
It varies, but most of my men come in around 6.
Oh, please.
Yeah, he's saying Emilio will never get there.
Yeah, Emilio wants to know, can he pick up the garbage around 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah, noon to...
Yeah, can he just be on a schedule where he comes in when he feels like it?
Could I dream about picking up the
definitely
garbage?
not. The regimented schedule.
Yeah.
It seems like Dominic got to know him pretty good, I guess, dealing with him all that time.
Yeah.
And it just sounds like he doesn't want to work.
But he actually is a nice guy.
I'm sure he is.
He's just a...
But he don't want to do menial labor. He wants somebody to give him a $100,000 job.
Yeah, he wants to be the president of IBM.
Doesn't happen.
Dominic, you want to hear a tape?
Got to persevere, man.
Right.
Does Dominic want to hear
Because you know what? Even if you take a garbage job, in 2 or 3 years, you can end up being a supervisor.
Well, you know what? But you know what?
Hey, Johnny, you got guys who are making about $50,000 a year with you, right?
Definitely. Drivers, definitely.
Yeah.
With overtime. But you know what, Howard, too? He comes from the Bronx. I'm in Jersey City. Do you know how many towns he has to drive through to get to me? If he keeps his eyes open, he can look around. Maybe coming to work, he can find something better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to use all your options.
Right.
You can't lay in bed and call Howard and think you're going to get a job.
That's right. You don't even roll your breakfast joint until about 8:30, right?
He rolls it the night before, so he just wakes up and lights it.
Yeah.
My breakfast burrito.
All right, my friends. Thank you. All right, Emilio, I'm going to ask you to shape up or ship out, my friend. You must shape up and give the proper interview.
Wait a minute. Don't you want to find out proper etiquette now? What is it that Emilio expects you to do from now on?
All right, let's clear the air once and for all. If a reporter calls you, are you going to tell them that I'm supposed to do something for you?
I ain't going to speak to no one, and I ain't going to give nothing negative. I ain't going to let them talk me into it, negotiate.
Do you want me to do anything more for you?
You've done it all. You
I've
saved
done it
my
all.
life. That's good enough.
Right. All right, but have I abandoned you?
No, you haven't.
I mean, have I tried to get you a job?
Yes, you have.
On 2 occasions?
Yes, you did.
All right. Would you say
Have we invited you to various functions?
Yes, you did. The birthday show.
I know you're angry because I know that Robin didn't. She signed your book and said thank you and said hello, Emilio, but you didn't feel that was enough.
I don't know what else I was supposed to do.
Right.
No, that was fine. It was just me, you know. I guess the pressure, the stress. I don't know. I just thought
What is
it was
Baba
a little
Booey?
different.
Do you want to speak to a guy who's been out of work for a month and would kill for the job that Emilio hasn't even called for yet?
I'm going to get off. Let me just say one thing before I get off. There is a fellow from California named Frank Abamarco who is a producer who actually called me about the possibility of doing a movie here about Emilio and you're saving his life and everything. And I did try to put something together there, but it just doesn't have enough.
Yeah, that'll be in the box office for a day.
Oh, Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny,
All right.
give us a break.
Thank you, Dominic.
I appreciate it, Dominic.
All right.
I know you've been looking out.
Hello?
Yeah.
And so you would love a job with Johnny, right?
Oh, absolutely, Howard.
You've been busting your ass looking for a
What's
job
your
like that.
situation?
My situation is I'm married and I have 2 kids, and I've been out of work for about a month.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of work do you do?
Well, actually, I was in wholesale meat.
You were a truck driver?
I was a truck driver, yeah. I've done a little bit of everything, selling, driving, loading, unloading.
I can't believe I'm interviewing a guy on the air.
Well, interview him. To show Emilio how it's done.
You have a CDL? Certified driver's license?
Well, actually, I don't have a CDL.
Well, are you willing to, maybe get one day?
Yeah, get one.
I mean, you're very welcome to come down and see me. I was given a job to Emilio. I made room for him. It was a $5 job. I mean, I think you're looking for a little more than that. But, I mean, I'll definitely talk to you. You know, I've been here 12 years. I've seen guys come and go. Must be 1,000 guys already.
Yeah.
Guys come, they work for a week, get some money, they split. That's just the way it is.
Oh, well, I'll take a job. I need one.
Yeah. If you want to come and see me, man, Gary give you all the information.
Yeah, all right, I'll put you guys on hold.
All right,
Does that mean the deal's closed for me?
Well, that means Emilio would like 10% finding fee since he gave up his job.
Howard, you'll get the finding fee.
Yeah. Hey, Emilio, so do you still want that job or no?
Okay, tell you the truth, I have a hack license. I've had it for over 8 years. I could drive a taxi at any given time to make up the difference and stuff, but my job is under negotiation. I want to work.
All right.
And
So,
do something
Emilio,
in the meantime.
I just want to clear the air with you. I have done everything I can do, right?
You have.
Okay, thank you. The only time that you say that I ignore you is because you make 900 phone calls a day to here looking to get on the air.
Not 900.
900. All right, 9.
But we're not going to put you on the air every day, Emilio.
Right.
I know. I just called for my birthday, and
I know,
thought,
but we're not blowing you off. We're just saying, hey, man, nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, it's a radio
We
show.
have birthdays, too. We hardly announce it.
You know
Right,
my
I only
problem
announce mine
is?
every-
You know my problem is?
Howard.
I see things very simple. I see everyone as human beings. I think it's like a closed social thing. Obviously, it's not.
It's
People
not,
are doing
right.
their own thing.
Right.
And it's showbiz. It's
That's
something I
life.
don't understand.
It's life.
And I'm getting the swing of it. I just don't know about it.
Emilio has stretched his 15 minutes of fame way too far.
Right. All right. You two guys, I don't know. Was that Johnny?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
It was the guy looking for
But
the
you
job.
see, Howard, Emilio still isn't quite clear that he just called us one day from the bridge that we didn't bond in any way.
I know. He's looking for a bonding thing.
Bonding thing?
Yeah.
Maybe you should go into dentistry.
Ain't it big that you save someone's life?
Maybe I should bond with everyone who calls him. Like me and Johnny ought to
Yeah, Johnny.
get together.
Want to go to dinner, Howard?
Yeah, Johnny. Hey, Johnny, I owe you.
Yeah, let's go to dinner, buddy. I'll take you out.
There you
I'm
go.
flattered that someone cared, you know?
Yeah, all right. Emilio, but get over it already.
Save the life.
Now get on with your life.
How big is that to you?
No, it's a big deal, but you know what? It's not that big a deal.
Oh, well,
all right?
it's big to me.
Of course, it's your life.
Go on with your life. Go do some persevere and make something out of yourself.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. You guys hold on. I'll hook you guys up with the job.
All right.
All right. Thanks there,
Cool.
Johnny.
All right, Howard.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See that?
Yeah.
All right, Emilio. Now.
Go home and behave yourself.
Yeah. What do you got there? Lyrics?
No, I should have brought him along.
Right.
You know,
What
a
is
lot
it,
of it has
man?
to do with depression, the whole bridge thing, and I got a lot of cool stuff prior to that. And I want to market it, you know, I want to put it out there.
All right, so go ahead.
It's pretty cool.
I think it's a good idea. Now, listen, everyone, that's Emilio, the bridge jumper.
And lyric writer.
And lyric
if
writer.
anybody's looking for a lyric writer
/ garbage collector.
or hack,
Or postal worker.
call Emilio.
Right. Hack writer.
Could I say something about the Marion Davis thing? I mean, do you want to check it out for yourself? Can we try and call her to clear it up?
We've tried to call her.
Right.
She doesn't want to be on the air.
Because that's who I spoke with. I don't know about the 2 other names of the people who published or edited it. I don't know about.
You got her number there?
Yeah, I have 3 numbers for her.
Did you give them to Gary? Gary, did you try and call this woman, Marion Davis? The reporter? Where is he?
It was haunting me, and I wanted to clear it up.
Did you try to call her? Hey, let's get her on the phone. Let at least Emilio clear his name.
Bowie. I like that stuff.
Yeah. Everyone does.
I do have to say, in Emilio's defense, that Helen did call. Helen Trumbull called, and she said that they called her and were trying to get her to put a negative slant on you.
But notice she didn't.
Right.
But Emilio did.
Emilio played into their hand.
Thing, they reversed it. Okay, the only little thing.
It's the only little thing.
That's Beeper. That's the day news period. That's a direct line.
Yeah, these are her work numbers.
Oh.
I recognize.
Did you call yesterday?
Beeper too. The top one's a beeper.
Okay, I'll beep her.
Beeper. I got to take a break.
That's how desperate she was. I mean, 3 messages back to back. Oh, we need more on the story. Can you tell us more? You know, Can we hear those tapes? Can we borrow the tapes? Can we go over and take pictures? It got that big of a deal. Where was my picture in the paper?
I didn't see
what I'm saying? I know. It was all bold.
And the only way they're going to get you in the paper is if you badmouth me. Because they're not interested in you saying something nice about me. They've done that story already.
Well, they looked for me. I didn't go out there looking or asking.
All right. I got to take a break. I'll see if I can get this woman on the phone. If I can, Emilio, I can't.
Howard the hero.
There you go. All right. We'll take a break. Emilio Bonilla, the bridge jumper. We'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Eagles toll-free line, 1-800-54-STERN. We're back with The Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
All right. Hey, Emilio, she didn't call in. We tried to get in touch with that reporter, but...
She doesn't want to talk.
Yeah. So I got to get you out of here, okay, man?
Yeah.
All right? So you hear, you were on the air.
Yeah.
All right, now go back. If you do another newspaper article, say something nice about me.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Also, Jackie the Joke Man Marlowe. To order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette, it's $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special, buy 2, get them free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Thursday night, May 25th at Roscoe's by the Shore in Ocean Township, New Jersey. For filthy jokes in Jokeland's internet address, call 516-9221. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. All right, Emilio, thank you for coming by.
Could I just say hi to my kid brother, Michael?
Emilio, this is where you always go wrong.
It's a closing thing. Tommy Vinton and his group, Too Much Joy.
Did you see he's got a list?
Yeah, I know.
Anthony.
I saw. All right,
That's
go ahead and go get your job.
Yeah, I'll do
All
that.
right, good.
Check him out today.
That's Emilio.
Thanks, Howard.
All right, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's Emilio. Can't get rid of him once you get him in here. And don't go killing yourself. You have so much to live for.
You know, it's getting to the point now where you're sorry you picked up the phone.
I know. Yeah, it has crossed my mind. Oh, I told Gary, anybody calls in again with a suicide thing,
forget it.
hang up. Let someone else handle it. Yeah.
Call another program.
It's easier to get rid of crabs than it is to get rid of the guy whose life you saved. Hey, you know who stopped by to say hi is Carol Leifer, which is always funny because she used to go out with Jerry. Well, she used to go out with Jerry Seinfeld, but now she writes for Seinfeld.
Right, so she's right there watching Jerry and the 17-year-old.
She watches the 17-year-old, and also she can tell us how mad he is at us.
He doesn't get mad at her for doing the show. He hasn't gotten to that point yet.
I don't know.
Where he's demanding that none of the people who work for him do this show.
She must be a pretty good writer if he's willing to put up with that.
Yeah.
Plus, she's got a great set of cans. Gary comes in here and he says, I tell you one thing, I never get tired of looking at Carol Leifer's cans. I said, yeah, that's what got him started on the whole Shoshana thing. He's into big breasts now.
He's into it.
Yeah.
You can see
look
what
at
the
those.
attraction
They
was.
are nice. They look bigger. They look bigger than before.
Did you get a job?
Did you get a breast implantation?
No.
No?
No, this is all me.
Wow.
Jesus.
What the hell is that? Hey, hold on, I got an EBS test coming through.
Are we still here?
Robin, in the event of emergency, I have to be contacted. I have to inform the audience.
EBS, the Emergency Broadcast System. EBS
EBS is intended to help keep you informed.
Shut up.
This is test. This is only a test.
Hold on, I'm down here working on the equipment. All right, I think I got it off now. Cool. Yeah, no problem. Resetting that equipment. What a job. I got to figure out how to reset EBS tests. No wonder nobody takes radio guys seriously and they never become real big stars. Because we're sitting there working our own equipment.
Conducting tests.
You don't see Jerry Seinfeld running to the side of the street and getting an EBS test.
Moore never interrupted her show to do a test.
No. Hey, Carol.
Great to see you, Howard.
Yeah. Mind if I look at your chest unencumbered by trying to pretend to be looking at your eyes?
Enjoy it.
Let me see it. Wow. It really is impressive. Really is. You think that's why Jerry puts up for you coming on the show?
Jerry is a breast man, is he not?
Well, I don't know.
Did he spend a lot of time on those when you were dating him?
You know, it was so long ago.
I imagine any guy who dates you, though, spends a lot of time on those.
Well, you know, the boys do get a lot of play.
Yeah,
Yes.
they sure do.
Mm-hmm.
I would play with those. I'd have some good times with those.
Yes, they are fully enjoyed.
Wow. Can I? May I? I mean, what the hell?
Is there some friendly way to be with them?
Yeah, can I? I mean, I know I don't date you or anything, and I would like to play with them.
You might, you know.
But you'd be too embarrassed to do it like right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Because you're a professional.
Right. You can maybe nudge up against me.
Can the Jackie puppet touch them?
Oh.
You have any problem with that? What is that puppet?
Oh, my, that's so scary. That is so scary.
Come to Papa.
Oh.
She got it going on.
Yeah, that is really something out of a nightmare.
He likes you.
I can tell.
I'll bite you.
Oh, my God.
They're bigger than my head.
They are bigger.
Look, compare the size.
They actually, yeah, probably are.
Wow.
Okay, thank you, Puppet.
He's working his way into like...
He finds a way to get close.
Yeah. He's a puppet.
That's right.
Women don't mind a puppet. So I see every once in a while, like you're like listed as like the person who writes the whole script for the Jerry Seinfeld show.
Yeah, well, I'm one of the writers. And tomorrow night, the season finale is one of my episodes with Marjorie Gross, who's here.
Oh, Marjorie's here?
The fabulous Marjorie.
I heard she shaved her head.
She didn't shave her head. She's just...
She's bald?
Yeah.
Is she really?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Gary didn't tell me
Why
that.
is she sitting out there?
I don't know, because who knows Marjorie beside me?
Don't you want to see her?
She's very entertaining. A lot of stories.
How'd she go
Miss Hollywood.
bald?
She has cancer.
Oh, great. Then I'm definitely not having her in.
Boy, we've gotten to some fun territory now.
I'm not going to have her on and depress everyone.
She's not totally depressed.
Who,
at all.
Marjorie?
No, she has a great attitude.
She's writing on Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Marjorie's a real talented writer. Marjorie's a real talented writer.
Yeah.
I didn't know she had cancer. I thought she was into shaving her head.
What is going on? Everybody's getting it.
Yeah, I got it yesterday.
She's fine.
But I'm over it
She's
now.
fine. She just, you know, going through chemo.
Is she going to, like, bum everyone out?
No.
Is she, like, going to die or something?
The best Hollywood story. She goes everywhere.
So she decided not to go with the wig thing. She just,
No, she is so cool.
I think she should go with the wig thing. Because Gary came in and he goes, Carol's with this kind of attractive girl who, I don't know, she shaved her whole head. I go, Marjorie shaved her whole head? He goes, yeah. I go, that's too weird. Keep her out of here.
Oh, you didn't want to explore that?
No.
No, she's great.
Oh, I didn't know it was like a whole cancer thing.
She has.
Is she going to be all right?
So did she do the thing, you know, she got assertive about it. Instead of waiting for her hair to fall out, she shaved her head?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and she has
thing.
great lesbian stories.
Does she
She's
have
a lesbian?
Yeah, me and Marjorie's a
Oh, a
lesbian.
lesbian with cancer. That's horrible.
She's Ronnie Zimmerman's writing partner.
Is that right?
But sometimes
So
they work
you
together.
know her.
Oh, I know her. I know her real well.
Wow.
She's real good.
Yeah, she's great.
Does she have all her limbs?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what kind of cancer it is. Vag cancer kind of stuff? Like women problems? I don't know. I don't want to. Where is... All right, bring in Marjorie.
Yeah, we're talking about her. We might as well talk to her.
I just, you know...
Oh, come on. We can do it.
She has an update on that Zimmerman-Linda Doucette thing.
Okay.
Oh, did they ever...
Well, I'll let Marjorie do it.
All right. Okay, take it easy.
What is his name? Ron Zimmerman, this friend of yours?
Yeah, well, that's kind of an inside story. Wow. Let me see.
That's great.
Let me see your nice hair. Wow.
Wow.
Well, you can pull it off. It looks kind of good on you.
And she,
You know, come to think of it, I didn't think you were that good looking with hair. I think you look better without it.
I know, because you didn't look at me too much.
I looked at you.
You didn't, you know,
Hey,
didn't
Gary-
pay a lot of attention.
I've been outed. This is a lovely evening.
What do you mean you've been outed?
I wasn't out.
You weren't, really?
Well, I mean, on the radio.
Oh, but
You mean
yeah.
lesbianism? And that's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness, I didn't know that.
Then how come
People
everybody's
kind of
screaming
know
about
she has cancer.
Oh, that they do. Do you shave all over?
I don't have to at the moment.
All your hair falls out.
Yeah, it's you know,
Mm.
like a real delight. You know.
Well, if you decide to go for guys, I'll go with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes that
I like
clean
that.
shaven.
I like a nice clean look.
See, this bald thing is working for me great. It's great. I've changed my life.
Actually, I didn't know you were gay. Who told me? Who says that? Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I guess I'm gonna have to go with that.
Oh, really?
She dates strippers.
She dates strippers?
Mm-hmm. You should have seen the woman she took at the Christmas party.
Boy, Carol won't talk about Jerry, but man, he's
Yeah.
flabby about Marjorie.
Telling me up the river.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. What's your story, Carol?
What? I just, you know, this
I mean,
is
why not?
interesting.
Yeah, but maybe. Why don't you talk about Jerry like that?
Stuff.
What? She has good stuff about what?
Well,
About you.
more than me.
Yeah. So what's this cancer thing? Are you going to beat this?
It's a gas.
Are you going to beat it?
I'm beating it.
Are you really?
I'm beating it, Howard.
Yeah, because I don't want to hear some story about how you're not here anymore.
I don't know. Oh, you mean? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I will be. I'll be here for, you know.
When did you get it?
October '93.
Oh, so it's been a while.
Yeah, but I just had recurrence in January. That's why I'm, you know.
Mm.
Oh, but listen, it's like it's not as bad as you know.
Really?
It could have been. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I hate these people who whine about their cancer.
Yeah.
What a drag.
Yeah, they're real bummers at parties.
Yeah, are you over at Gilda's house having a good time, yucking up about cancer?
You have one of those curable cancers?
I've hers. I've Gilda's.
Oh, you do?
I was friends with her too. This
Wow.
was weird.
You probably caught it from her.
I'll tell you who I got it from.
Oh.
I'll tell you. I worked on this show, this horrible show that was never shown for Gene Wilder when I got it.
Right.
So he is a carrier.
He's like your lucky charm.
He got Gilda and then he got you.
So it's like cooties. You just get it.
Yeah.
But you're going to be all right? Or what? Did they say you're going to be all right?
Yeah, I mean, I have 2 more to go, and I'm at the moment I don't have sick. I ride my, you know, I mean, I do everything.
You do?
And I'll tell you,
I think you look better with it.
Doesn't
she?
Yes.
Cancer becomes me.
It does.
You know,
You handle it well.
I actually am having a better time than I've ever had in my life.
It's the hippest thing to get. Everyone's getting it.
Do you get girls with cancer? Or is it?
I get people who are afraid of commitment.
Right. I'll tell you something. You look better with cancer than Ron Zimmerman does healthy.
You have to call him.
All right. Well, he's just some guy I know. I don't want to do inside jokes. But anyway.
You have to call him because there is an aftermath to the
Linda Doucette thing?
And it's brilliant.
Yeah, I got to hear this. But talk to me about Jerry Seinfeld. So has he said anything about me since he broke up with me? Jerry Seinfeld is pissed off at me because we did a Shoshana Lonstein
We talked
song.
about his relationship.
Yeah, he can't handle it.
Yeah, no, he hasn't said anything, but he
Hasn't
knows
said
that I'm doing a show.
He said it's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't care.
So you go up to him and say, Jerry, I'm going to go to New York and I'm doing Howard?
Uh-huh.
And he doesn't, like, you have to ask his permission?
No.
Well, in
No.
a sense you do.
No, I don't. I mean, you know, he understands that I watch the show and love it, so,
Really?
yeah.
Cool.
Huh? So,
Hey, you want to be a traitor? Go ahead. Hey.
No, he doesn't look at it. I don't feel like I'm being a traitor.
But you two women, I know secretly, are like very sort of hip women, very, very now women. And the point is that you're probably disgusted by Jerry dating someone so young. Tell the truth.
I'm
Marjorie
jealous.
hates You're jealous?
She's jealous.
You are?
Yeah, I'm disgusted. I'm
Right.
going, how do you do that?
No, you know what I mean. Come on.
I don't care.
You guys don't like it.
No, I don't care.
You really don't?
No.
Carol, you're being
Whatever
quiet.
makes Jerry happy makes me happy.
So what happens? You guys actually write together, or do you all go off in your own separate little room?
Well, some we write together, Marjorie and I.
Yeah, we wrote 2 together, and you know, we wrote actually in 2 separate.
Are you attracted to Shoshana? No?
Oh,
Why
I'm
not?
supposed to say no on the air. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're not into her?
Shaking your head is not.
Well, it's okay if you're not attracted to her.
No, because you know.
Too
I mean,
stupid?
No, she's not at all.
Really?
No. No, I mean the whole thing. You know, you have to see them together, Howard.
Really? It really is something, huh? Could Jerry have ever gotten her? Could Jerry ever get her if he hadn't become, a TV star?
Well, it would have been pretty weird for a 40-year-old accountant to be hanging around in the park picking up teenagers.
Yeah. Celebrities can get away with it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Her father wouldn't have looked at it nearly so kindly.
You guys been over Jerry's new house with the 2 refrigerators?
I heard he got rid of that house.
Oh, really?
Did he?
Do you guys know Jerry or what?
Yeah, he still has his fabulous house.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh, so you go over there and party?
I wouldn't say we go and party.
I haven't been there, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Carol knows him a long time. She used to go out with him.
I know.
She did Jerry like 100 times. Jerry climbed all over.
100 and that's it.
You attracted to Carol?
No.
Really?
Well, that was quick.
You're not at all? You never made a move on her?
No.
No sexual tension in the writing session?
No, I don't do that.
No sexual tension?
I don't. No, I don't.
You don't do that?
I don't. No. No, I like. No.
She likes strippers.
Really? Me too.
Yeah, you and I are like totally the same.
Yeah.
It's like we're the same page.
The same sickness.
Brilliant.
I know.
You should see this one.
Nice, huh?
Oh,
You're dating a stripper?
Like for a second, but she there. I mean. You would have died. She's unbelievable. She's in this strip club in L.A.
Yeah, what you call
I went
him?
there with Scott Baio.
You went with Scott Baio?
Wait a minute. I went there with Scott Baio, Ron, and Johnny Rotten and my father.
Really?
What a group.
Wow.
It was brilliant.
And you picked up a girl there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really
Can you imagine going to a strip club with your father? That is brilliant.
Yeah, I
It
wouldn't.
was great. It was great. It was great. What am I going to
And she came to the Christmas party with her.
Oh, okay.
Really?
And all the guys were dying.
So I know this guy, Ron Zimmerman, who's a writer.
Yeah.
And he's real talented, like Carol and Marjorie. So I talk to Ron every once in a while. We're always planning to do something, but we never do. So it's going to be one of those things where we just never do
You
it.
just talk. You never do anything.
Right. But it's funny to hear him. So then when what's his name, Larry Sanders?
Gary Shandling.
Yeah, when Gary Shandling had this really hot girlfriend who's on the Larry Sanders show, Linda Doucette, who's this hot blonde. Ron Zimmerman calls me, and when Gary Shandling dumps her and throws her off the show, nice guy. Gary's like really cold. Didn't he dump her? He not only dumped her, but he threw her off the show.
Yeah, I guess.
That's what I heard.
Was it all in the same pink slip? You have to wonder.
Yeah, but he was like, hey, he just didn't want to. He didn't want her around.
Yeah, you're no longer my girlfriend, or are you on the show?
And this girl is just way too hot to be Gary Shandling's girlfriend, except that he's Gary Shandling, a famous guy.
To throw her over is.
Yeah, the fact that he got to dump her in real life, she should be dumping. She wouldn't even look at him.
That's right.
So Ron Zimmerman calls me the day that it gets out that Gary Shandling. It was all over Hollywood that Gary Shandling had dumped Linda Doucette, which was the funniest story.
News in the comedy circle.
Well, it's just funny because here's this gorgeous woman getting dumped. It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, all those vicious guys,
So this guy Ron calls me, and Ron doesn't even have a personality. He calls me up and he goes,
Here it is.
Howard, hi.
I go, hey, Ron, how you doing?
I heard Linda Doucette and Gary Shandling are going to
I said, yeah.
It was already on the grapevine.
And you know Linda Doucette, right?
I go, yeah, I know Linda Doucette. I mean, I met her once. I know her like
anybody.
Like anybody knows
We
her.
have the same agent.
Yeah, well, we have the same agent.
Yeah,
so anyway.
that connection.
You guys have the same agent.
So I go, yeah, we have the same agent.
Hey, you think you could set me up with her?
So I said, I knew he was kidding. Because it's just, you look at the guy.
But don't give her any time to repair herself. She's just broken up with her boyfriend.
Yeah, he's like a bloodhound. He just sniffs her out. So I was just like, does this guy look in the mirror? Seriously, you think Ron's a good-looking guy? Come on. Come on. Carol, someone be honest here.
First, he knows what he's got and what he doesn't have. He looks, he's got to wake up, but he.
How old is Ron?
He's 36.
He still has a skin condition. He's 36.
He's got the Tommy Lee Jones thing happening.
Yeah, right. He's not a great-looking guy. So I figure this guy's, he's delusional. What do you mean, Linda
I would
Doucette?
I don't remember meeting him. I have to see him again.
Yeah.
So anyway, then I got on the air and I said all this stuff, what I'm saying now.
Right.
And he called up and he said,
Thanks a lot, Bobby.
so I said, well, what do you mean? He goes,
Now I'll never get Linda Doucette.
So I said, no offense.
Your fault.
I said, I got to be real honest with you. You're never getting Linda Doucette anyway. She won't even look at you. Who are you going after next? Shannon Doherty? Who's next?
So what happened, Mark, after that?
So anyway, listen to this. So what happened after these phone calls?
Yeah, I can't tell you. I think you have to call Ron.
Do you know?
I'm not sure I'm under liberty to
Yeah, well, I know the story.
But if you call him, did he call you? Because
No, he didn't call me. I heard.
Is he dating her?
It's a brilliant story. You got to call him. Of course, if you called him now, you'd wake him up and he'd sound exactly the same.
Even worse than that.
It's at 6 o'clock. Yeah, he is. He'll tell you. You'll see it.
Oh yeah.
Story.
I don't know if I have his number here.
I have it. You want me to
have
write
it?
down?
Because I gotta know.
All right, here.
Oh boy.
I'll call him.
I got to know what the sequel is to this.
This will prove to you that a guy should be persistent, and then I don't know what I'm talking about.
Looks don't matter.
Yeah, the looks don't matter.
Do that song you do. Yeah, that.
You think that Linda is there now? Maybe we can get to talk to her.
That's my favorite thing.
It'd be great if... Hello?
If the machine's on, you have to say, get up, you know.
All right. Yeah, it's like 2 in the morning there or something.
Well, if he's got Linda Doucette, he should wake up anyway.
Hold on. Hey, Ron. Wait.
Maybe he won't hear you.
Right. Hey, Ron, pick up the phone. It's Howard, you stud. I got Carol Leifer on and Marjorie.
Ron,
pick up the phone. We want to talk about Linda Doucette.
Ron.
Linda.
Ron.
Oh, Jesus, where could he be?
You make a female voice and tell him it's Linda.
Hello, Ron. Linda Doucette, I need to speak to you.
No, I don't understand. He's got the machine right.
Hey, Ron.
Oh, that's stupid.
Ron.
She's probably there, and he turned it
What if
down.
someone died? This is that time where you go, someone, it's like the phone's ringing,
It's an emergency.
Yeah.
Ron, it's your Aunt Sylvia. She's passed away.
Oh,
Pick up.
That's it. All right. Crumb.
He's obviously passed
Another
out.
planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Occupido.
Well, I can tell you, I think what happened is he was working on some project, and he called Linda Doucette to do an audition, right?
I'll go with that.
And I don't know what happened after that.
Yeah, but
I was waiting to hear from him.
It turned out rather.
But if he gets her, man, it's ridiculous.
Well,
Yeah.
ridiculous is.
As ridiculous does.
She must be really vulnerable now.
I don't know. Well, I don't know that he got her or not. I don't want to say. Let him say.
Yeah.
Let her say.
Yeah, you gotta,
Yeah, we don't know what happened.
Pick up.
Well, anyway, so that's that. So you guys are writing on the Jerry Seinfeld show.
Last episode coming up.
And Carol, what's your story? I don't see you on Letterman lately. What's the deal?
He's in
Is
England.
he blowing you off?
I haven't been here.
Yeah. But what's going on with you two?
Nothing.
Is he still having you on?
Yeah, they have me on. It's just the week they're in London.
Is that true? When's the last time you were on?
I haven't been on the new show.
You haven't been on the
On
new
the
show.
CBS show you haven't been on?
Okay, so what are we saying then?
I've been writing. I haven't had anything to promote.
No. Say it.
Say what?
Say what you have to say about him.
I don't have anything to say.
Say Letterman is not being gracious. He's not having you on the new show.
They'll have me on whenever I want to do it. I just don't have a spot.
Let Marjorie say it. Do you think Letterman's blowing her off?
Okay. Well, I mean, it's there's some back to Doucette.
You got stories on Doucette? Yeah. All right.
I don't know, man. But yeah.
What do you get paid? Hey, what does somebody get paid for write a script like for a Seinfeld show? You got to get a lot of money for that.
God.
No, seriously, what is it like? What is
What do
it?
you mean, like per script or
Yeah, but do they pay you for the script?
There's a basic script fee that you get on shows.
You do?
Yeah, it's like what, 14?
14 what?
Yeah.
$14?
1,400.
1,400, 14,000 for a script?
Oh, 14,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what you get in the Writers Guild.
Right. So what if the both of you write it together? You have to
Then
split
you
it?
split it.
Oh, it's only 14,000 per script, not 14,000 per writer.
Oh, so they don't care how you came up with it.
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't care if it's 9 people. It's up to you to split up the money.
Yeah, they don't care.
But don't you get other money like every time it runs or
So
something?
you get money salary too while you're sitting there.
Oh, no kidding.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you get a salary plus a bonus of $14,000 if you actually come up with something good enough to put on the air.
That's right.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a pretty decent job.
Yeah, they're all over the place. All those shows. They're all, and the people sit there,
How big a pain in the ass is Larry David?
Oh, he's like,
not.
What's wrong with
I've
him?
known him since I was 18. He's
Really?
like
It's a
great.
joy to work
Great.
for.
It's
And
the
we
best
both have
job.
not negotiated our contract for next year.
Larry David is this guy who runs the Seinfeld show?
Right,
He's not a pain.
But he's always threatening to leave.
I thought he was gone already.
No, now he's back. Where's he going to go? Why would you leave a hit show to do what?
Yeah,
Nothing?
he's always miserable about that show.
He could ride his ticket in Hollywood now, let me tell you.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see him create something like that again. Does he hate Shoshana? Is that why? She the Yoko of Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld?
Did I hear you in the rewrite room?
Jerry's now going to do a movie?
Jerry's going to do a movie? Is that
I
right?
know of. Did you
I
know
thought I
of?
heard something
No.
about that.
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Does Shoshana come to the set and like start making out with Jerry?
Come on, talk about that softball game.
Yeah.
A softball game. Oh, that was during the episode. That's tomorrow night.
Let's see.
And Jerry's making out with Shoshana in the episode?
Well, they were frolicking and having a good time.
What's your story, man? Start acting like how old is he, 47? Just start acting like that. When do you make out with girls in front of the whole damn staff? You know what I'm saying?
I can't. They're in love. They're having a great time.
I'm in love, too.
He's not out with his wife? Come on, wouldn't you make out with Shoshana if she were your girlfriend?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
Yeah, but
Case closed. Thank you.
But I could put him out. I could put him down, can't I? All right. Anyway, listen.
So my lesbianism isn't an issue. I thought it would be like a whole... Like, you're like totally over lesbians now, aren't you?
No, I mean, I'm into it. Who you made it with? That's good.
No, I'm just saying, like... You know,
anybody famous?
No, I was wondering if maybe you guys knew of anybody.
Oh, that's right. You're looking for a date.
Yeah,
I heard that.
Month, you know. I'm here for a month.
You can't find girls?
I just don't like a lot of them, you know.
So date Carol.
No, I
Take
tell
her
you.
over the scores. You've been looking for a reason to go. You need to introduce her.
Want to go to strip club with me?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll take you.
Yeah, come on, I'll be a guest.
No problem.
All right.
You won't do her?
Marjorie?
Oh,
no.
Carol's
I'm
into
afraid.
guys. Carol's really into guys.
Yeah, she is. She's like a real guy thing.
I could find you a girl.
Okay.
Would you feel strange having a girl sitting next to you getting a lap dance?
No, not at all.
No, he would enjoy that. It's a vibe.
Hey, that's a good excuse to go to Scores because Marjorie's got cancer and everything.
Yeah, you got to have her party.
And we have a party for her so she can experience lap dances and stuff.
That really works on some sick level.
It does.
It's a good thing.
Well, let's put it this way. Would your wife object to you going over to... Would your wife object to you taking a girl to Scores who has cancer?
I just did a cancer benefit. You got to do everything you can.
Yeah. All right, fine. I'll do that.
You're sick.
I am sick.
But Jackie will be there.
I'll be there.
Oh, it's like my cancer shower.
All right, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Unless you want to promote something. You guys don't want to promote anything, do you?
Yeah, the show tomorrow night.
Oh, the Jerry Seinfeld show.
Yeah.
And this is the one you two wrote together?
Right.
And what happens in it?
Bette Midler is the big guest star.
Oh, boy. Now, wait a minute.
You're hitting all the right notes.
Yeah, we are. It's unbelievable.
B.O.
Now, yes.
Oof. Who wants her? Can't you find somebody cool? Bette Midler. Ugh.
Yeah. She's great. Yeah.
She turned out great.
Yeah, had she overact in every scene?
No.
Hi, Jerry.
No,
What is she playing?
Really?
What is she playing?
She's the new Ethel Merman.
You are the wind beneath my wings.
Did Marjorie hit on her?
Well, yes, I've known her for years.
Oh, really?
That's why she did the show, because I called her up. I did the cancer favor.
Oh, you said, hey, I'm dying of cancer, so I need you to
You're
do the
really
show?
working that, aren't you?
I completely. It's great.
Smart.
Sometimes it comes in handy. You got to do, you know.
So what does Bette Midler do? What does she play, somebody's mother? Or
No, she
grandmother?
plays herself.
She plays Bette Midler.
Yeah.
And Jerry gets to meet Bette Midler?
No, it's a whole thing where it's a baseball game. That you know the Broadway Show League. You know that thing, the Broadway Show League, where the theater like plays against. You know, like the Improv had it.
I think against the theater group?
Yeah, so it's a whole thing where they play against her show and...
Jerry plays against Bette Midler's show.
Yeah, and then she gets, you know... Do you have to give away the whole thing?
Yeah,
No.
Why not? We'll watch it anyway. Who
Well,
cares?
it's the show about nothing. Come on.
So what happens?
I'm giving away nothing.
Hey, let me hear this.
Jerry's dating her.
I want to see what you guys got $14,000 for. Go ahead, yeah. Go ahead.
But else, well, anyway.
Bette should be in the Broadway Football League. You should have put her in not a softball league. That would have been good.
Broadway Football League.
She's a power hitter.
So what do you do? So Bette plays against Jerry, and then what happens?
So Jerry's dating her understudy, and then we can't give any more away.
Why? What'll happen?
Wait, might as well. TV Guide did. What's the point?
Yeah.
It's all over now.
Yeah,
And George rams into Bette Midler, sending her out of her show. She's the star of her show, Rochelle the Musical.
Yeah.
Wow. And then everyone's full of angst because they feel like, oh, my God, we
Bette
hurt
Midler
Bette.
is out of the show.
And maybe on some subconscious level they think that they did it to help out Jerry's girlfriend.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
You know, we could write one of these.
That's your $14,000 right there.
Robin, why don't you and I write some stuff?
That'd be really funny.
Yeah, I could write one of these episodes.
I read 5 scripts a week. Look at it. It's not fair.
All right, Puppet. Well, it's a perfect script. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's about nothing. Well, congratulations to you two. It sounds like a great script.
And
Marjorie, you'll be around for a month. I'll take you to Scores.
Would you?
Yeah.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, we're going to have a
I
lap
like
party.
that.
We're going to do a toga party. You have to wear toga.
Oh, no, I've got no problem with any of it.
Right.
I'm perfectly... It's great. That's great. That'd be great. We'll have to call Ron.
And Carol, what's your story? You dating anyone?
No, I just broke up with somebody.
Really?
Yeah?
Mhm.
Famous guy?
No.
What does he do?
He was independently wealthy.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, where is he?
I'm available.
He was real wealthy?
Yeah.
Yeah. He liked that chest of yours, huh? I bet.
tell you.
And
Yeah.
weird,
Boy.
Carol, you have to tell the story.
He's weird.
Come on.
I bet you I know who it is. Johnny Carson. Right? That wasn't?
No.
What was he weird like?
come on.
What was the
What was he into?
You got it.
He was just strange. He just, he seemed like the perfect kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's rich. I mean, like really super rich.
Foreigner?
No.
Mm-hmm.
And older.
Yes.
And attractive. And, warm and loving and everything. And then things got very strange.
What do you want to do?
Chain you up?
No.
Tie you up?
You got to do it.
Come on. What do you want to do?
I bet you I know who it was. Papa John Phillips. I know what he wanted to do. He wanted to cut out your liver, didn't he?
You got it. You got it right there.
What did he want to do?
I know what he did.
No, he...
Did he paint faces on your breasts? A girl broke up with me for that, so I know.
That's like a big thing.
Yeah, no, it didn't have anything to do with my breasts. But,
oh, boy.
Come on. You got to end on this story. You have to go out on this story. It's a great story.
well, he had a dog.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And, one
he
time...
really cared for the dog?
A lot, yeah.
So what, it was supposed to be a menage thing between you and the dog?
No, we,
It was
we
you,
were
him,
together.
Yeah.
And then
he and the dog?
The dog came over, and I heard kind of like this...
I don't want to know any more about it.
Oh, my.
But you don't know that anything really happened.
No.
Right.
No.
Okay, good.
Well,
Okay.
we don't even know who it is.
No, we don't know who
Oh,
it
my
is.
God. Okay. I don't want to know about
You really think the dog was...
Oh,
She
I
doesn't
know.
know. She doesn't know anything.
Oh, I know. But that's...
Prude.
That's...
You guys react so weird every time a guy wants to be with a dog.
Oh, God.
But you don't know for a fact, right?
No, I don't know for a fact.
Okay. All right. That's what I want to make sure. Anyway, listen, you two. I want to thank you for coming in. Really, and it's the 90s. Listen up. A guy goes in a room with a dog. What's the big deal?
It's been a long time.
Hey, I've had to rely on that. So, okay, and everyone should watch Jerry Seinfeld tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow night. Yeah.
Whatever. Whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Right.
Watch our $14,000.
Right. And that's Seinfeld tomorrow night, which is still a great show, even though Jerry
he
isn't
doesn't
talking
talk
to
to
me.
Yeah, you guys so great.
Yeah.
You could promote it.
Well, I'm a bigger man than he is.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, he will do nothing for
I'd
us.
love to get you guys back together.
What kind of dog was it?
It was like a big...
Pedigreed?
I don't know what they're called.
Like Great Dane?
Great
Or?
Ears.
Mm.
Oh.
Really.
How carried away is Paul Reiser? We'll talk about that next time you come in. All right. We want to know how carried away Paul Reiser is.
With
you know
what?
Paul Reiser?
Yeah.
With what? His
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah,
His
everything.
thing?
Yeah. A little out of control, right?
Yeah, well, he just... But they've just moved his show. I'll bet he's mad.
Yeah. Let's hope it goes off the air.
about his time spot.
He's mad about
There you go. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Maybe we'll squeeze in a few phone calls, and then, Robin, you'll do the news
I'll do the
right
news.
after these words.
All right.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. To The Howard Stern Show.
Why bother?
You're sounding kind of down. Are you, having a problem?
Sure. I'm here. It was cool having Marjorie on with her cancer.
I was just thinking about that. That's weird.
It's weird stuff, like cancer.
Weird, funny stuff? No.
Yeah. What's the chemo like? Does that make you throw up or something?
It's supposed to make you really sick. That's what I wanted to... I really would have asked her about that.
She didn't look that sick.
Gotten distracted. No, she seems to be doing fine.
Yeah. It was pretty depressing. I mean, not the cancer. I mean, Ron Zimmerman, dating Linda Doucette.
The possibility, because we don't even know. We never got Ron.
The possibility that he might have dated her would drive me crazy. One phone call. That's all I have time for. I'll just pop up our phone. Orlando, you're on the air. I'll go to Orlando first.
I believe you.
Well, wait a second. Hold on.
We're here? Yeah, hi.
Hello?
How you doing? There's Jim. Hi, Ed.
How are you?
How you doing, Matt?
I'm fine, Jim. How are you? Do you believe this guy? What's happening to him?
You actually lost on Star Search? I lost.
Well, you don't lose. He was in competition, and someone else exceeded his performance. How's that?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
What did you do on the show, Jim? Well, I did a comedy routine. Hey, Ed?
Yes.
Howard Stern says you're a fat pig. Is that true?
No. That's what he thinks about himself.
Well, you're a fat pig.
Yeah, okay.
Apparently that's not Jim Carrey, and we apologize for that.
All right.
Apparently
I knew that was going to happen. It's okay.
That is apparently an imposter, and every once in a while that happens again. We apologize
you know
for
the
that.
thing about that is great.
All right.
For a minute, I thought we were listening to...
Our phone system is so bad here that I had it in queue for the beginning of that, so nobody knew what was going on. Let's see. It was left over from... forget. I'm not going to get into it. I can't get negative anymore. I complain about this every day, but Tom never looks into it. I can't get satisfaction on this.
Tom believes that these things that make you angry make for a better show.
Okay. That was real good. Cleveland, you're on the air. Hello? You're on the air.
Howard?
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Great show today.
Thanks.
That was a great interview with,
Mr. Blackwell.
yeah, he was almost as compelling as Tiny Tim. That was great.
He was pretty good, man. I love hearing, like, guys talk about having homo relationships with other guys.
Like, no one would ever even think of broaching topics like that. Anybody. David or John. I mean, they would never
I wonder if
think of
he's
stuff like
getting
that.
to go on other shows and do interviews.
I don't know. There's certain guys that I find fascinating. You see, Mr. Blackwell was one of those guys. When I used to come home early from high school and want to eat dinner like at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, and my mom would yell at me that you're not supposed to eat dinner that early, but then she'd sit and have dinner with me. And since we ran out of stuff to talk about, she would wheel the TV in so we could watch Mike Douglas, and Mr. Blackwell would always be on Mike Douglas.
Right.
And Mr. Blackwell was the best guest because Mr. Blackwell would come on, and this guy would just, like, be honest. Everyone's such a phony that the guy would come on and just go, ugh, what a pig that girl is. And everyone would get pissed off at him, but it was kind of
I
interesting.
mean, he might even confront somebody on the show.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Like, you could be so beautiful. Why do you mess yourself up like that?
So, I mean, how can you go wrong with that guy? First of all, any guy who's sitting and telling you that he used to, bone Cary Grant.
Yeah, I want to listen.
Yeah, I'll listen.
Howard, I agree. I think you look great, too. I think you look great without your glasses. You have great eyes.
Well, thank you.
And I also think that Robin is in love with you. We always talk about this.
Yes.
Who is we?
My family, my friends, everybody
The
who
whole
listens.
family's involved.
Yeah, well.
Come on, Robin.
It's
He's
pretty
the love
obvious.
of your life.
Yeah.
He is the love of your life.
Well, geez.
Can't admit it. And you know what?
Am I out of luck?
You know, we don't have to out her today here.
How could you not love him, though? He's
I
great.
do love him. I've never been in love with him. I've
He's
always
the best.
said that.
Keep dreaming.
I don't
All right.
want him.
Hey, Howard, I have a quick question, though.
Yes.
Does Billy do you?
Yes, he does, but he won't do anybody in front of that
Hey, what
person.
am I, Mr. Blackwell? You guys get to tell that Billy does me every once in a while?
No,
Billy can't do me. Billy, you can't do an impression of me, can you?
Billy, you can't do an impression of me, can you?
You see, it doesn't sound like me.
See, it
No.
doesn't sound like me.
He can't do it in front of you,
little
but
bit.
I understand from other people that he does you very well and has fooled them on phone calls.
Is that right, Billy?
Really?
Yes. Penn disclosed that to me.
Oh, about 3 years ago, I called up Penn one morning to wake him up, and I said, hey, you're on the air, and he was just waking up. I don't know.
He's just dopey. It wasn't a good impression. It's just that and he was like,
Jesus, you scared me.
Billy would do me if he did me.
Well, he did you then, and
Howard.
I heard that he does you on the phone.
Do your best impression of me.
Hey, why don't you take off your top?
That's good.
And he does me, but I've never heard him do it.
Let's hear that.
Billy's great.
Yeah.
You guys are all great. Love the show.
Well,
just me.
I'm pretty good. Don't tell Billy, Jackie, and Fred that they're great because they'll go to their head.
Oh, I even like Jackie.
No, you don't. Buffalo, you're on the air. Anyone who says that gets hung up on. Buffalo, you're on the air.
Good morning, Howard.
Good morning. All right, one last phone call, then we got to get to the news.
Outstanding show.
Thanks.
And it's going to be a sad day if you do go off the air in November because there ain't anything else on the radio.
Yeah, well, that's the one kind of weird thing I do feel strange about leaving because I feel like, will I, like in a year, be saying, oh, man.
You know what? I was thinking about it today as I was coming in. I said, we're the best at this.
Yeah, but so what? What is this?
It's not much, but
Right.
we are the best at it.
I have an offer to write for Seinfeld, and I'm thinking of taking it up.
14,000 an episode.
What, for sitting on my ass? Hey, I can do that. 8,000. That sure's not that great.
That's the land of milk and honey. I'm out of here.
What I would actually like to do is everyone can write the scripts, then I'll look them over and punch them up.
I'll be the head writer.
I can punch up the scripts, and I'll make 14,000.
I'll shave my head and get cancer.
Lest Jackie think that You know, that's... You see, I should get more money. Let me see you write one script that they accept for $14,000. It ain't that easy.
And then leave us, because you're a scriptwriter.
Right. What is this?
You what?
Then Jerry says, hey, so? What's happening, Kramer? Then Kramer says, oh.
Interior, INT, Kramer. He walks in with his hair standing up. Seinfeld says, sorry, pal, no dick jokes.
Then Kramer comes in and tells a dick joke, and then they leave. And then they go to the store, and then everyone wants to hear a dick joke. And then...
And they go to the beach.
And then no dick jokes. They go to the beach. And then Seinfeld says no dick jokes at the beach, but a girl comes by in a bathing suit.
And then I just told dick jokes are always funny. What happened? One day I woke up and they weren't funny no more. And there's the era of conservative comedy. What is this?
No.
Hey, I walked into a bar with a parrot on his...
Hey, give me my $14,000, you suckers.
$14,000 for dick jokes. Hit me with my jet ski.
Jet ski. $14,000, give it to me. I got your money now, you sucker.
Give me. Larry David.
All right, time's up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your status in Buffalo?
What is my status?
Well, and your ratings.
I don't know. You know what? I don't know my ratings in Buffalo. What are they?
I don't know. I'm just curious. I never hear you talk about it.
I haven't talked about the rating. The only ones that I've heard so far were New York, Los Angeles.
I think we got some Cleveland numbers.
Cleveland and Orlando.
You don't have much competition here.
Yeah, I don't think so. I know we're on AM in Buffalo.
Right, yeah.
And the only guy that I know of that's on there is Snorton Norton.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Did you hear last night, what show was it, Extra? Was talking about this, some Hooters waitresses have gone on the air somewhere, and they're beating Rush Limbaugh?
Oh, I believe it. Because he doesn't get ratings.
I said, my goodness, just two girls get on the air with some other guy, and they were just waitresses, and they're beating it.
Yeah, that's why the whole Rush Limbaugh thing is a joke. I mean, it's just that there's nothing else on. If the programmers weren't so lazy and they just program, you know what it is? There's no money in midday, so they don't really put anybody of talent there. So he's on there, and in most markets, he doesn't do well. He's got a couple of markets he does okay.
Yeah.
But he couldn't go on in morning radio and compete against anybody with a show.
But I thought it was pretty funny. These girls went on the air a couple of months ago or something.
Yeah.
And they're beating him.
It's like, remember when Milton Berle was on in 1951 and he was beating a test pattern? But I'm not making a joke. I mean, Milton Berle was on by himself.
You know, what would happen was that the TV wouldn't have anything on it, and then all of a sudden Milton Berle would come on.
Yeah, so what would you watch? Would you watch what wasn't on, or would you watch Milton Berle? So and then when TV got sophisticated, which was like 3 or 4 years later, where other stations put shows on, he was immediately beaten.
They had advertised a few weeks ago about Burton Cummings from the Guess Who going to be with Snorton Norton.
Yeah.
And he stiffed him. He never showed up.
And Snorton Norton attracting all our leftovers.
So yeah, I know. The show with Burton Cummings was outstanding.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that was really great. But 2 weeks later, they advertised him, and he never showed up. And then all they did was sit there and bash him all day. So.
Yeah, well, Snorton Norton is a guy, I guess, who is a Howard Stern. He's under the era of Howard Stern bringing all this freedom to radio. He has benefited in Buffalo, and I don't know Snorton Norton from a hole in the wall. I've never heard his show, but I imagine Snorton Norton is doing some variation on my show.
I don't know. I don't listen.
Yeah.
I know him, but I don't listen.
Well, there you go. All right, thanks, man.
All right, have a good
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Snorton Norton. I don't know. I can't listen to a guy named Snorton Norton. I just can't. I don't care. I don't care if he's great. Yeah, I can't take that. That's like Cousin Brucey. Not my cousin. You're not my Snorton. Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to do the news for you. So maybe we can be on schedule a little bit right after these words.
You're listening to... Here's Howard.
All right, let's go over to Robin in the newsroom, in the news booth, where it all happens, where it all comes together. Yeah.
There's a report in the New York Times today that Timothy McVeigh has confessed responsibility for the bombing in Oklahoma, but his attorney says that he's suspicious of any such confession. He says that oftentimes other inmates, in order to get publicity or to get a deal will make these kind of claims. They could be motivated by that $2 million reward, he says, so he doesn't feel that it really holds much weight. The head of the Christian Coalition says the contract with the American Family...
Did you hear about that? They have a contract with the American Family
will
now.
be unveiled today. It's a 10-point contract.
What a scam.
These are those religious right people
a scam.
Who are now trying to take over the country, and they're moderating their tone. Did you notice this? They're not saying they're opposed to abortion anymore. They simply call for no federal funding for abortion.
Oh, I see. They're doing it one step at a time.
Yeah. That way, you know, they look more mainstream. People start to vote their people in, and then they can get as radical as they want.
Right. So they can fool you for the election.
Calls for changes in tax policy that helps families. It also pushes for new restrictions on abortion and voluntary prayer in schools and other public places. The part of the agenda is that you could have a nativity scene at the city hall or some state office building.
Why that's important to them, I have no idea. I'll never understand that.
Because their secret agenda is to make this a Christian country.
Yeah, and, you know, the thing is that you start opening that stuff up, then all of a sudden you got the Jews who have to have their special little ceremonies, the Muslims.
You can't get to the door for all the ornaments.
There's just too many damn religions in the country to start in with that nonsense, you know? It's just, you know, forget about the whole separation of churches. It's just too much nonsense. And those guys are all phonies. And for religious people, I don't know why they all seem so damn angry.
Yeah, they're miserable.
Yeah. They're all upset. You know, let God handle things. Why don't they just let it be God's way? They don't have to do anything. Let God sit back and worry about it. He's so religious.
They consider themselves soldiers in the army of the Lord.
They consider themselves fundraisers. That's all they are. Especially Jerry Falwell, who puts out tapes about the president. Lies about the president, knowing about this murder. He's calling that guy who committed suicide. I forget the guy's name.
Vince Foster.
Yeah, it's a murder plot. Just comes out with tapes. If anybody did that, if somebody
did it to him.
Oh, he'd be. You know, he once sued. He tried to sue. It didn't go through. He tried to sue the guy from Hustler because he put him in a cartoon of some kind. I mean, God forbid you say anything about Jerry Falwell. Jerry Falwell's a creep. He's a nothing. He's no more religious than an ant. He has the soul of an ant.
Well, these guys are the guys, you know, they stay away from the Jerry Falwells right now because they're too radical and they're scary to people. They realize this. You know, this is something you've been saying for quite some time, that the Republicans will doom themselves if they continue to push these social issues such as abortion, etc. And this guy must be listening to you, this Reed guy must be listening to you, because now he's said, you know, let's, you know, back off some of those things. Just say the things that are easy to get people to say yes to.
Is Reed that youngish looking? Yeah, I met him.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
When did you meet him?
Don't ask.
You've been in some strange places lately.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, we talked for a few minutes, a few seconds, actually.
Did he know who he was talking to?
Oh, yeah, he knew it was Satan.
Because he thought you're the Antichrist.
Yeah, well, I think he's the Antichrist. I met him. Yeah.
Amazing.
It was weird. I'll tell you how I met him. I was visiting Judith Regan over at Regan Books. A division of HarperCollins.
Well, it's her own imprint, yes.
Yeah. Ironically, you were on the Regan Book imprint.
That's right.
So I was talking to her, and she says, I have a meeting to go to with this guy from the Christian something or other.
Ralph Reed is his name.
Yeah, and I go, don't tell me you're going to put out a book with him. I said, well, I guess you could put out a book with anybody. Actually, there's probably a built-in market for that. So I don't know that she was going to do anything with him, but they were having some sort of meeting. So she said, you want to meet him? I go, oh, I don't think so. She goes, oh, come on, you should meet him. I said, all right.
She's always getting you to meet all these.
Yeah, I know. And then I went over there, and we shook hands, hello. We had absolutely nothing to say to one another. I just said something stupid like, well, hey, you know, Judith's the best in the business, and blah, blah, blah. You know, something like that. Something dumb, and he said something dumb. It was a dumb idea that just was stupid to begin with, and I should never have gone over. Not that I mean, there was just nothing to say. I mean, what am I going to say? Hey, I think you guys are full of crap. I mean,
are you going to take it up right then and there?
Yeah.
And he could come out with a stake and pound it through your heart.
Right. Then he kicked me in the nuts. No, but, I mean, you know, he looked like he was about 15.
I know, he's a very young-looking man.
And he's real short. I just remember he came up to, like, my belly button.
Very young, power-hungry, short man.
Should bring him to scores. But you know what? He didn't look like he's any more religious than anybody. It's just like a way of making a living. Like, I sort of understand that.
That's
his way.
He decided he could infiltrate the most.
Yeah. It's like, that's how he makes a living, going around saying he's really super religious and he cares about everything. I don't know. It's his act. It's his shtick.
Values.
Yeah, family values. Like, you know, if I was desperate enough, I could get into that. I could cut my hair and sort of be a family values guy.
Yeah, wear a suit.
Yeah, I mean, I got a wife and 3 kids, and I'm faithful, so I could probably pull it off better than most of these other guys.
If they didn't catch you at the strip clubs afterwards.
Because I've seen him on TV. I don't get the feeling he's really sincere.
I don't get a lot of love from these people. You know, they're always talking about love and, you know, this and that, and I just don't get it. And I consider myself a pretty intuitive person.
Sam Kinison was a preacher, and then he was a filthy comic. So, you know.
And you know what? I got more love from Sam.
That's right. Oh, you did, especially. What else, Robin?
Investigators are trying to determine what killed a 4-year-old girl during a ride at Florida's Disney World. A spokesman for the park says that, or the family in Galveston, Texas, says the girl collapsed and died last night while on the Body Wars ride at Epcot 95 amusement park. The jarring ride simulates a trip into the human body and is one of the most popular attractions at the park.
So it wasn't like a scary ride or like a high-speed ride, was it?
It's a simulator ride, which is, you know, they give you you feel like you're going somewhere.
Yeah. But nothing happens. Yeah, but nothing happens. Like, it's not like, you know, you flip over or something.
We're talking about a 4-year-old.
Oh, so why would they put a 4-year-old on that?
You're asking me?
I'm always amazed by people who take their kids to amusement parks. Like, 4-year-olds can't appreciate a amusement park. My wife did that. She brought Ashley when she was like 1. I said, what are you doing? Kid's like a loaf of bread. Doesn't know what's going on.
She doesn't know where she is.
Yeah, right. Like she was on, you know, It's a Small, Small World.
The little teacup.
I mean, that's the only one. No, it's not a teacup. You get in a little boat and they.
Oh, that one.
And you see, it's a small, small world. Mm-hmm. So Ashley, on some level, responded to the little dolls moving around. And she got all excited and wanted to jump. She tried to jump out of the boat and grab the dolls. And my wife goes, "Oh, I almost lost hold of her." I go, "What are you doing? Leave her home. What's wrong with you?" Well, I wanted her to be there with the other girls. I go, wait, you want a loaf of bread to be there with the other girls? Why don't you bring a cabbage also so the cabbage can experience It's a Small, Small World? For goodness sake.
Now, why do you always say these things after?
Oh, I said it before. Don't get me wrong. And I'm perceived as a real creep in the family because I'm the killjoy. I'm uptight. But meanwhile, the kid almost fell into the water.
By the way, that was a Disney spokesman. I can't talk today.
It's all right.
A spokesman who gave the account of how the little girl died. Investigators say the girl was seated next to her mother when she slumped into her seat.
It happens.
Autopsy results are pending. Madden says he's not aware of any previous deaths on the ride. He says the module the girl was in is shut down until investigators can determine what went wrong.
Well, I think they should have an age limitation on these rides.
A 4-year-old cannot appreciate this ride, I don't think.
4-year-olds are too young to be at this park. All they do is cry and ruin it.
Well, I always told you, it looks like the land of ruined families when I go down to Disney
awful.
World, because everybody's sitting under one of those things with the kids zonked in the stroller and they're zonked on the bench.
Yeah.
Nobody
Everyone's
can
zonked.
take it.
Well, you stand
This is
online.
terrible.
You stand online for an hour waiting for each thing. You'll be zonked too in that hot sun.
Just cracks me up. It's just like everybody's laid out.
I would say the 4-year-old probably died of heat stroke before it died of being on a ride. But who knows?
Probably it's too much of everything.
It's just too much input for a little kid. I can barely handle it. And I'm 41. It's sort of the married version of the decathlon. You know, when you start to get a little overweight and you've been married.
Off the baby.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, no, you take her. No, you take her. Oh, it's hot. I don't want to take. Get one of those things to wheel her in. I don't want to wheel her. You wheel her.
She needs to go to the bathroom. Okay, you take her this
It's
time.
like, you know, this is vacation. I'd rather be at work. I'm always trying to scam my way into that celebrity thing where they have to usher you through.
Right.
But it never works out. It never works out. I'm always online. Oh, you don't understand. People will mob me. And then you stand online and no one mobs you.
Nobody says a word.
Yeah, right. You don't understand. They're looking at me. They're purposely not mobbing me. Yeah, and now this is worse.
You know what?
What?
We were just there, and there was a guy in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and smiled. Not like he recognized me, but he smiled at me like,
hey, stupid.
Look how smart I am.
I know. There's a
like
lot of people who do that.
A young guy and his wife was pushing him. He's like, you know, they'd come in the back door.
Yeah.
Right
if
in.
you get in a wheelchair, you get right in. Yeah, it's a joke. Meanwhile, there's 90% of the park is in wheelchairs.
Everybody's being wheeled around there. It's amazing.
I'll say.
I bet you this child probably had some kind of congenital condition that nobody was aware of.
Well, we don't know. You don't know.
I'm just guessing.
Well, again, that is
I'm
a
not
guess.
saying I think this is true. I'm saying I can't wait to see what the autopsy results are.
No, good. I'm glad you have something to look forward to.
Life is full.
Oh, good. I can't wait to see the autopsy either. What else is going on in the news, Robin?
Boy, oh boy, what a tough room.
It is a hard room.
O.J. Simpson. They had a new witness on the stand yesterday. Guy named Sims.
Yeah, I saw that guy.
Yeah, he's another DNA expert. They didn't stop at that one laboratory. They also sent the results to be double-checked at another lab.
Yeah, it's O.J.
But you know what cracks me up? No matter how bad the news, Team Cochran sits over there not reacting.
Smiling, laughing at it.
Yeah, they sit there. Their job is to put the best face on everything. Like, this means nothing to us. It has nothing to do with our case.
Team Cochran puts a smirk on their face like, now, meanwhile, the guy is completely convicted, O.J. But they're smart because I believe the black jury will respond to Johnny Cochran's cue. They'll be like, yeah, he's right.
Look, Johnny Cochran wasn't affected by that.
No, they're smart. They don't get affected by any of this. You know, at some point you see O.J. rubbing his eyes going, oh, my Lord, if I just... I admit I'm guilty, please.
You know what?
Go lenient with me.
I think O.J. is wearing earplugs.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what they're saying.
O.J.'s tuned into our radio show.
So he doesn't know how bad things are at the trial.
Yeah.
They always pan over to that group over there, like Mount Rushmore, they said.
Yep. Johnny
Never
Cochran always has that wise ass smile on his face.
Yeah.
Like, nothing, baby. Well, listen to this man. Of course he see that evidence, because that's the way he wants to see it.
Well, you know, the theory that the prosecution or the defense would like to expound upon is that O.J. was framed somehow.
Yeah, that might be the way to go.
Well, the guy who was on the stand yesterday said once he started really looking at those socks, because, the whole contention was, why is there so little blood?
Mm-hmm.
This guy says, once you really start looking at those socks, there's a lot of blood on them.
Yeah.
And it's consistent. The blood stains are consistent with blood that could have splashed up during a struggle.
Wow.
So, say what you will, it's looking worse and worse for O.J. Meanwhile,
we got a problem.
That's right, O.J. Here is Rockney Harmon, who is one of the prosecuting attorneys, and the Sims guy. I don't know what his first name is.
Melvin
Sims?
I don't know. All right, let's listen to a little bit, because you know what? If you listen too closely, you'll fall asleep.
Gary Sims.
I would invite you to come to some of the neighborhoods in my district.
That's not
where
him.
everybody's armed.
What the hell? What's the guy's name?
Gary Sims. It's Harmon and Sims.
Oh, okay.
Should be the cut.
Visually, were you able to determine that stain appeared to match one of the reference samples?
Yes, it does.
And which one is that?
That would be the sample from Goldman.
From Ronald Goldman?
Yes.
There you go. So he's putting both the victims and O.J. in the same place at the same time.
Do the samples match?
It's Kermit.
That's definitely his blood.
It's testimony by Kermit the Frog.
Yes, it is.
Guys with voices that almost don't work. Let's take a break. We'll be back with some more news.
Sims will be on the stand again today.
We'll give you everything you need to know right after these words.
You're listening to the Howard Stern Show.
What are we talking about now?
We're talking about that Classanova. The school teacher who ran off with his student, Classanova. And
yeah, that was pretty funny.
He returned to town yesterday. Did you see who his lawyers are? Ron Cubby and William Kunstler.
Yeah, of
Is
course.
there anybody they won't defend?
You know what I love? So here this guy runs off with a minor. He's a school teacher. He runs off with one of his 9th grade students.
A very naive, shy girl.
So I guess these guys, I guess they get off on defending someone like this, but the quote that I read from William Kunstler really took the cake. I've never seen it. Here it is. You ready?
What?
He said, it's an old story like Romeo and Juliet.
Wait a minute.
He complained it was cruel and draconian to imprison Harris, 33 years old, until authorities have the opportunity to question Christina. He said, between myself and my wife, there's a greater difference in age than between these two. Of course, Kunstler and his wife are adults.
Well, that's the difference.
Yeah.
So what if there's a 20-year difference in his age span between him and his wife? He still met her as an adult.
And he says, and I might point out, between the district attorney of this county and his wife, there is a greater age difference. Hey, how can you... you're talking about a 9th grader.
He is amazing because this is just despicable to try to defend this. This is a man who took advantage of a child who was placed in his care. And if that were the case, if he's just in love with the girl, he and his lawyer ought to get their story straight. Because yesterday when Glenn Harris, the guy in question, was talking to the press, he said he took her out of the situation because she was being abused. Here he is.
Oh, yeah? Is that what he said? Now she's being abused?
Here he is.
It's a story of a student who came to me with horrific tales of brutal family abuse.
Go to the police.
That lasted consistently over years and years, not only from the father, but from the mother also.
So he had to steal her away and take her from town to town trying to marry her.
The only thing positive that this guy did was at least buy her some silly putty for the car ride between motels.
He made sure she'd be occupied in the car.
Yeah.
And here is Luz Diaz, the young girl's mother, to dispute the claims made by Harris.
I can't see my daughter actually saying that she has been abused. She has not been abused. She has everything she wanted.
I'm sorry, that was a tape of Robin's mother. All right, let me play Luz Diaz. Excuse me. Oh, no, that is Luz Diaz.
Yes,
yeah,
I don't have a tape of my mother.
We got to get a tape of your mother.
How are you going to get that?
I ain't going there.
Meanwhile, down in Texas, this guy's now going to be... he's going to have to face kidnapping charges because she was underage and taken across state lines and all that stuff. So we'll have to see how that comes out. But great representation there. They have passed a new law in Texas. I don't know if it's an actual, if it went through both houses, but it breezed through the Texas House yesterday anyway. The bill will allow Texans to carry concealed handguns.
Oh, good.
And now it just goes to the governor's desk for a signature. So here is George W. Bush, the governor of Texas, to let us know whether he'll sign it or not.
Well, if he's spineless like his father, he'll sign it because he doesn't want to lose the next election.
I believe this bill will make Texas a safer place.
Whoa.
I would not support it, nor would the Senate sponsor and decisive House members support it if they didn't feel that way.
Wow. I went to Phoenix. I had never seen guys walking around with holsters. Evidently, the law has been that you can walk around if you
display your gun.
If you display your gun. And that's really freaky because I said to my wife, I think, there was this guy dressed up like a cowboy walking around with a big gun and a holster. And I said to my wife, I think it's just for show. I don't think it's a real gun. What? I thought he was an actor, yeah.
That's scary now.
But I kind of dig that at least it's displayed and you know where the guy's coming from.
It's like the 1800s, though, right?
Yeah, well, explain something to me. In other words, you don't need you just get like anyone can carry a concealed weapon?
I don't know exactly what the law says. I don't know whether you have to get a permit for this, but it obviously is going to make it possible for more people to carry concealed weapons.
Like I know in New York, you can carry a concealed weapon if you have a permit, but to get a permit, you have to,
And they very rarely issue them.
They very rarely issue a permit to carry. So, it's like a catch-22. Yeah, you're allowed to do it if you get the permit, but the cops never give you a permit anyway.
But here it sounds like, you sign up.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Get your concealed weapon.
I would love to. Yeah, I bet you would, OJ. Wouldn't have been any evidence.
Meanwhile, another member of the House, the Texas House of Representatives, Harold Dutton, opposed the bill. Didn't do much good, but he did, and here's what he had to say about it.
Harold Dutton?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got that. It's not easy running this show. Boy, I'm doing a bad job of it, too.
I would invite you to come to some of the neighborhoods in my district where everybody's armed. If that were the answer, I would have some of the safest neighborhoods not only in Texas, but in America.
No, he makes a point.
Dig it. Well, that's why everybody wants to be armed. To arm themselves with the people in your neighborhood.
Now, Howard, what do you think?
He's saying that in his neighborhood, everyone's walking around with a weapon.
And what are you saying about the other people?
They want to be holding weapons, too. If the other guys are holding weapons, why not?
I just thought you were making some kind of a race.
No. I mean, I was, but it was very veiled. I mean, you'd have to have a real sick mind to see through that.
Well, obviously, I'm sick.
Right.
So anyway, good luck, Texas, with your concealed weapons.
Yeah. Sounds like fun.
Wake up.
I like George Bush has come out against the NRA now that he's a retired president. When he was in office, he didn't come out against anything. Couldn't even stand up about abortion.
Now he's too old to hold it anyway.
Yeah. What a dick that guy is. And then his son, another guy. They lost a good governor in Texas. They had a good woman in there, but they get tired of her. Now we got him.
Bob Dole, the Senate Majority Leader, was speaking last night at a Republican fundraiser in Washington, and he says it's the GOP party that's the only party that can balance the budget, and they'll do it whether they get an amendment or not. Here he is.
I think Bob Dole's right. I don't see although I see the Democrats criticizing. I mean, someone's got to balance this budget already, and someone's got to make some tough choices. I happen to agree with the guy.
We're going to do it because that's what the American people sent us here to do. We're going to do it by making tough decisions. We're going to do it through leadership.
But the problem with him is he's another pussy who bows to the religious right. So I say our inspector can actually balance the budget and not bow to those jerks.
Unfortunately, it's Bob Dole who's ahead in the polls at this point in time.
Inspector's just laying back, waiting.
All right.
You wait and see. He's going to come up.
House Speaker Newt Gingrich also spoke at that dinner last night, and he says baby boomers are different than previous generations and are ready to face the hard truths and do whatever is necessary to correct problems.
He's right.
We believe the baby boomers are mature enough that they're sick of being lied to of political leaders that tell them the truth, lay it out like it is, roll up the sleeves and get it done. And if it's going to hurt, at least get over with. And if it's going to take sweat, at least roll up your sleeves and start sweating. But quit having politicians who lie every morning and think we're dumb enough to forget it by the next news conference.
He's right.
Yeah.
That's a good speech. I got no problem with that speech. The first thing they got to do is tort reform. Here's how you solve the problems of this country. First, we got to get rid of lawyers, because lawyers will suck this country dry.
How do you do that? They're all in Congress.
All you do is you simply keep going in the direction of reducing all these damage awards against big companies.
Well, still, I think that's wrong. That's punishing the people who are hurt by businesses, not the people who are hurting business.
Who cares? Next, you gotta... Who cares? Next, I told you some of this is tough. This Medicare, that's the big... Medicare. That's the one. Who raise your hand if you know why Medicare was started. I told you this once before, but you all probably forgot.
Is this a test?
Anybody want a test? Come on. Fred? Robin? All right. Medicare was started in this country because many times a family of young people would have a parent that got ill, and they'd be wiped out financially. They would go bankrupt. That's how it got started. It was a really well-intentioned program.
Well, most of these programs are.
Well-intentioned. So what happened? They made free medicine available to certain, to people over a certain age, and the American public heard free. And being the rip-off artists that they are, the doctors and the patients, the old people immediately said, "It's free. We'll go to the doctor every day."
And the doctor says it's paid for. We'll give them every test possible.
And the old people, these selfish, the same ones who vote down school budgets because their kids have already gone through school, these are the selfish leeches that must be eradicated. They must be removed, because when you get that old and you become that selfish, you are no longer useful to society. It is proven that you have not learned anything by living all those years. And these doctors, well, that's another story.
But do you know that the reason the senior citizens are so powerful is, number one, there are a lot of them. And number two, they vote in greater blocks than other age groups.
And all these politicians are afraid they're not going to get reelected. They're career politicians. We need a guy to go in and say, I could care less about being in the office for 4 years. I'll be in for 2 weeks. I'll vote out this Medicare, and that'll be the end of it. We're going to serious reductions and let the old people fart all they want. They'll never get me. And that's what we need. Now, let me ask you another question. Why is it that Medicare has gone up 10% every year? Mm-hmm. Where do you see something going up 10% every year? You don't get a raise at 10% every year. How could it cost 10% every year? It is a system that is abused, and these old farts, they go off to the doctor, and you know what? They don't even give a rat's ass that there won't be anything left for their children or their children's children. They could care less. They're selfish. And when they get that selfish, you have every right to say to them, now it is time for euthanasia. Time for you to take a giant leap into a gas chamber.
You are ridiculous. We're not advocating killing.
I'm not killing. Voluntary submission.
Oh, yeah,
we need to clone Dr. Kevorkian. God bless Dr. Kevorkian. God bless him.
You are so silly.
And no, I'm not. When someone is that selfish, they go, you know what? They don't care about their own young. You know that a wolf will protect its own young better than these old people will protect their young?
Not once the young can care for itself. Be realistic. Look at the animal kingdom.
And do you understand something?
They don't start taking care of their adult children like that.
Do you know this? Oh, these old farts with this Medicare, they sit there and they go, but it's free. I paid for this. They didn't pay for anything. Most of these schlubs made $15,000 a year. They spend $15,000 a year on pep pills.
I love it how I can shoot down your argument. You keep going.
Yeah, you shot down a great argument. Medicare isn't a major problem in this country.
I didn't shoot down the Medicare argument.
Yeah, I heard you about the old. I'm going to argue with you about wolves and how they behave.
Then don't bring it up.
Wolves don't eat their young.
And they don't need hip replacement.
That's right.
Wolves don't need hip replacement.
And wolves, when they have to die, they go off into the woods and die. Talk to me about Animal Kingdoms. I watch more animal shows than you'll ever watch. That's all I watch. That's all I get. I got Cablevision of Long Island. They won't give me a decent channel. I know more about it. I know more about it than any of you.
I don't see wolves taking care of their adult children.
They don't eat them. And that is the same with these old people that we have in this society. They eat their young. And I'll tell you something. When someone eats their young, you have to say this. They're not even human anymore. And it's the same with Social Security. I like to see one old person who makes over $70,000 a year in retirement step up and go, I don't need Social Security. I want to save something for my children. Won't do it. They don't care about their young. These old people, they know they're going to be off the planet, and they're going to suck us dry. They're filth. People say you should respect the elderly. Don't. Not when they get like that. There's nothing left to respect. Let me tell you something. If I hit a certain age and I can't vote for a school budget, you're damn right I'll volunteer. I'll know when it's time to quit. If I get so bitter about life and so selfish that I can't vote for a school budget just because my kids have been raised, that I get on a bus, I don't leave my old age home for years, and then suddenly someone says, there's going to be a budget where these kids are going to get a new schoolroom. Boom, they go hop on a bus. Suddenly they can walk again. They're like OJ. I know what I'm talking about.
Boy, you certainly get upset.
They don't care about our quality of life. But we got to live on this planet. We got to get old. What if you're really in trouble when you're older? I mean, a real legitimate problem. You won't have any money to do anything. You're going to be bankrupt. And there's not going to be any Medicare. Rat bastards. Old wrinkled bastards. You'll see.
The Senate Ethics Committee is going to deal with Senator Bob Packwood today. His sexual harassment charges have been determined to have foundation.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What? Hey, yell so loud I can't hear you. Speak up.
Sources say the charges will be listed in a bill of particulars that the committee plans to make public today. A bill of particulars is equivalent to a formal complaint. Sources say Packwood, who chairs the Tax Writing Finance Committee, will be given a chance to respond and will be offered a hearing on the charges. In the past, such hearings have been public. The sources said the document makes no final judgment or recommendation.
Oh, I don't know what to do about
that. But they do say that he has been violating standards of conduct unbecoming or becoming to a senator.
What, he pinched your ass?
Well, I know of one woman who accused him of, he seemed to be a very nice man. He says, "Oh, can I walk you to your car?"
Right.
So she had to walk her to the car. When she bends over or she gets to the car, he just sort of knocks her against it, leans into her, and tries to kiss her. Once he gets his lips on her, he tries to French her. So
yeah,
she's too sensitive.
She was asking for it. Yeah, who bends over in front of Senator Packwood? Yeah, like you don't know?
Not bright.
See, the guy was on fire.
That's kind of ridiculous, though. The guy says, "Oh, let me walk you to the car like he's a gentleman."
Bangs her head into the door.
Drop your keys, honey. Senator Jackwood. Look at those puppies. Vote for this.
Some women feel that they've been fooling around with this issue so long that it's lost its impact.
Don't touch it.
Senator Jackwood, don't you realize you should be spending more time on passing bills and legislation than walking women to their cars?
Touch it. Touch it.
Senator Jackie Wood.
Jackwood. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask if you can spread them for me.
Yesterday I told you about that talk show host who's heard on 193 stations across the country, who has now fled to the Dominican Republic to avoid investigation and possible prosecution here in the United States. Well, WOR, the station that was his forum here in New York, has decided that they want to distance themselves from his problems, so last Sunday's program was his last on WOR.
Yeah, it's about time. Wake up and smell the roses. The
SEC is investigating him because a number of the things he was paid to promote got a lot of people to invest and then went belly up. So
not real good financial advice. Well, that's what you get for taking financial advice from a radio guy. I mean, don't listen to anybody on the radio. Listen with half an ear. I mean, even me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Don't go out and do it just because some radio guy says it.
Yeah, half this crap I say, I'm just trying to fill up 4 hours. All right, we got to take a break. Is that it, or do you want to do a couple more when we get back?
Well, I have a voice I want you to listen to and see if you can tell me who it is.
All right, we'll do that right after these words.
You're listening to the Kaiser with the Howard Stern Show.
I was just reminded that I have a client meeting after the show. I am so bummed. I'm so bummed. Help me through this, will you? Gary even said, I never realized how bad. Gary had to take 5 client meetings for me. And he goes, it was like an hour out of the day, and I'm watching a guy taking dings out of a car. I said, yeah, where are those guys? I don't even see them on the air anymore. I mean, I think a client should have to spend...
a heavy rotation.
Shouldn't a client have to spend like $500,000 before I'll meet with them?
Well, that's what I always thought, that this should be some kind of a premium, but nobody listens to me.
This is the last one I'm doing. I swear to you, I'm putting my foot down. Tom, take it from me. No, I know I've had this discussion a million times. This is the last client, and I get in the client meeting, and it doesn't matter. Anybody could have written down on a piece of paper what I'm supposed to read. I don't know why I have to meet and greet every client. What am I? Am I the only one who works here? That's what you have a sales department for.
Oh!
This is terrible. This is terrible.
It's not even funny. Let Jackie meet with the clients.
He would enjoy it.
Yeah, he loved it.
He loves people.
I draw a line.
So I got him down to once a week on these client meetings, which make no sense. I don't know. Who am I meeting with today? Who am I meeting with? Car Cash, right.
No, is it really?
Could be. Why not? Why not? This is the last week I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm just not showing up anymore. I'm leaving. I'm going to put my coat on and go. I got a life. I got a million things to do today. I got 27 meetings, and I got to have a client meeting, which is totally farcical.
Totally farcical.
Unless anyone think I'm joking, I'm not. Tom, I'm not doing any more client meetings. I don't care. And Tom always lays this trip on me. Well, you know, it really helps with the sales effort. I don't care. The sales effort is fine. Got too many friggin' commercials. I hope a couple of clients cancel because I won't meet with them. Make a Howard puppet. Let Billy work it in the meeting. I'm not kidding. No more client meetings. That's it. It's over.
I would have absolved you from these client meetings years ago, but it's not up to me.
I'm totally irritated by it because you know what? I know it sounds it's only once a week.
No, that doesn't sound... I've told you for years now you shouldn't be doing it.
I know, and it's once a week, and every day that it falls out on is always the worst day of my week because I'm really busy. Hey, what, did Johnny Carson meet with each client?
No. Haven't you proven yourself at this point? You did that at the beginning because we needed
to do it. I did it to make an effort to get it. Now it's become an institution around here that I got to meet once a week with one of the clients. Well, they're coming on the air. They need to explain the product to you.
Anytime you do this, they cut them back for a week or two.
Yeah.
And then, what's his name?
Tom
comes into you and says it's really important because of something.
Well, Tom...
And the next thing you know, you're meeting once a week again.
Tom is such a nitwit that he can never innovate anything. He just can't get... It's Auto-Tom. Automatom. You know automation?
Yeah.
Automatom. You can't change this guy. And he's like, but it helps the sales effort. Yeah, it helps, but learn how to sell without me. Let's try a new challenge in life. Ed Moyer.
This advertising works, doesn't it?
Yeah, Ed Moyer. Yeah, it works. It'll work regardless.
Whether they meet you or not.
Yeah, Ed Moyer is a really great salesman. He can close the deal without me being there. Who am I meeting with? I keep asking you. I can't get an answer. Who is it so that I can't figure out on paper what to say?
Seems to me you do very well.
Oh, my. I tell you, and I tell this guy, Tom, it's like talking to a friggin' wall. It's like staring at a wall. Tom, I don't want to do it anymore. Don't you know it'll help? I know it'll help, but a lot of it would also help if I banged on the door of each person in the tri-state area and sold advertising.
It starts like this. One time.
Who am I meeting with?
Metrics.
Yeah, I can read a piece of paper. What are they going to tell me in a meeting that I don't know? If they can't write on a piece of paper, I'm not saying it anyway.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, what are they going to tell me? What is it I'm supposed to learn? It gives the client a feeling of confidence. I don't care.
Don't they do?
So don't advertise.
They do these commercials on the Dave Herman show. Dave meeting with every client?
Well, yeah.
No, he is?
Probably.
No, he's not. You're the only one meeting.
The only sucker who meets with him. Does Dave Herman meet with him? He'll explain it to me. Tom is just such a jerk. Hey, Tom, from now on, don't wear clothes to work. I want you to wear wallpaper so it'll look like I'm talking to a wall. It'll actually look like I'm talking to the wall.
I do feel sorry for you at some of those client meetings because
you've taken a few for me.
Well, even some of the ones that you have to take, like you've taken. I'll mention the client; they're really nice guys, but you've taken a meeting a year with Dial-A-Mattress.
Yeah, every year, and they have nothing to say to me.
There's nothing new.
I mean, they do a great job at what they do, but there's never anything that new about it.
No, and there's always some new information that they could have written down on a piece of paper. I'm not doing it anymore. This is the last one because the Metrics people are here already, I'm sure.
I remember one of the meetings...
I'm way too busy to be doing this stuff.
I remember one of the meetings with Dial-A-Mattress was they had to meet with you. It was really important, and you walked into the meeting...
And I put up a big fight. I said, look, I just met with them.
You just approved last week you're the biggest star in the country.
Yeah.
Why are you meeting with clients?
I don't know.
But you went into this client meeting with Dial-A-Mattress, and it was this big announcement they had to let you know, and it was, we're expanding to Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean,
and that was it.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there going, oh, can you tell me anything? And even I was like, oh, great, and I just wanted to get up and leave, but then I'm being rude to the client, which I'm not interested in doing. I appreciate Dial-A-Mattress business, But then I'm sitting there going, well, what else can you tell me? And they're all staring at me like, I don't know. But if I had left, it would have been rude.
Meet with them. They're good clients.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, and Ed sits there, doesn't say a word through the whole thing.
I know, the salespeople don't help you at all.
No. And they won't even pick up a pen and write down something that I've said that I want to have done in the commercial.
Well, early on, they were so lazy that sometimes they'd walk out of the meeting.
Yeah, and then I'd put up this thing.
And then you'd be stuck in there.
Sometimes they would just leave me in there with the clients.
Yeah.
Now they have to have. Now Frank Flores has to sit there with me and babysit.
Because you know what used to happen? The client would start giving you the history of the company.
Oh my God! And they start. Well, let me tell you, Howard, about the company. You know, my father started the company back in 1867. It's a family-owned business. I'm like, you know, I just done 5 hours on the air. I got 27 people waiting to meet with me. Tom, can you hear what I'm saying, dummy? Do you get it? Do you think I'm serious or not? Just take care of it. Take care of something once for here. What do I need you for? Sitting there with your button. Mr. Button. Mr. Golf Swing. Take care of something. Instruct people on how to sell without me sitting there. I'm not doing it anymore. It's over. Party's over. Let Dave Herman meet with everyone. And Maria Melito. And Pete Fornatel. Let him meet with somebody. He sits back there. That guy, I want his job. I want to do middays. I want to sit there. Here's another record. And here's 2 more records. The Beatles were great. Yeah. The party's over. I can't take it. And they sit there. They say, let me tell you about the company. All right, what? You know, we moved more product in 1964 than we... I know. Get to the point. You can't make that happen, Tom. It's programmed into, we did it when you were hired 10 years ago. We have to do it now. Can't recognize that maybe I'm a different person than I was 10 years ago. Can't recognize that we're not in the same situation that we were 10 years ago. It's called adapt.
Well, it certainly does.
Oh, geez, some piece of work, this guy.
It certainly does.
Does it? Listen, it won't faze him. I can't handle it. What?
Dave Herman's on the phone.
Does he meet with clients?
Well, it's very funny, the number that he's done in the 3.5 years he's been here.
Yeah, because you know what? He probably came in and said, I'm not meeting with anybody. How many clients have you met with, Dave?
In about 3.5 years, I met with about a half a dozen.
Yeah. I mean, that you know what?
You're meeting with one a week.
And you probably met with half a dozen because, you know, they probably spent an inordinate amount of money on the station.
Well, I think they want to meet with you more than they want to meet with me because more people want to meet you than meet me.
Yeah, it's like they're getting to meet with Howard. It's not even about me doing a better commercial.
Well, they want to meet a celebrity, you know,
Yeah.
and you're a big celebrity.
Yeah. You certainly seem like less of a star once you do these things.
Right.
You know, you're so easily accessible.
Yeah, it's just, you know what? I've had it.
Well, if you think about the other big stars, I don't think Tom Cruise is meeting with anyone.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't think Tom Cruise is reading live commercials either. Listen. I ain't saying I'm some big star that's too big to read a live commercial. I love reading live
That's part
commercials.
of your job, and you
I
do
enjoy
it very well.
I can do it, and there's a lot of sponsors here that are very
Even
good.
Dave will say you're the best at it.
Thank you, Dave.
Howard, there's no question that you're the best salesman on
Thank
the
you.
air.
But the point is, and I enjoy being the best salesman on the air. I take pride in it.
Well,
but
you do a great job for the clients.
the point is, I've had it with sitting in a meet. In fact, if Metrex is a good company, I promise you I will do a better commercial for you if you just leave now.
Well,
I'll tell you something that's interesting, Howard. Every time I have taken a client meeting, it's always been right after they've met with you.
Right.
And at every one, they say to me, well, we just met with Howard, and here's what we told him. And then they repeat what they told you to me.
We might as well at least take the meeting together.
Exactly.
Howard, you know what's really funny? The people from Metrex are sitting in the boardroom, you know, like in the conference
Can they
room,
leave?
but the radio's not on, so they haven't heard any of this.
Oh, great.
But I walked by to see what...
Ask them, tell them I'll do a better commercial if they'll leave now.
The last meeting I had was with Cy Sperling, and it was kind of fun because he's a celebrity.
You have to meet somebody.
Do me a favor. I saw a great guy, but when I mean, he was a half hour into his history of the hair club for men. I was dizzy. And I like Cy. I mean, I was dizzy.
And I met with some, I don't know, orthodontia people or some kind of...
Lucky you.
You know.
I mean, you know, listen, I like meeting people. I'm appreciative of the business on this station. Don't get me wrong, Robin. I am not saying...
I know it, but you do a bang-up job.
I do the best I can. But this idea, once a week, me sitting there and with the droning on about the company and the company and the company, put it in the copy.
Feel. I very rarely have taken a client meeting, but when I was out in Los Angeles this last time, I did a client party.
Oh, I've done that. That's a real nightmare.
So listen, after you meet with the Metric people, tell me what they said so I'll know what to do.
Well, let me ask you something. You meeting with them, too?
No, I'm not meeting with them.
Well, why aren't you meeting with them?
I don't know. Nobody asked me.
Dave has a nice
So
life.
wait a second. Why is it that Dave doesn't have... In other words, Dave has to read live commercials.
My show.
Dave has to read a live commercial. Why isn't he getting the explanation? This is strictly so the salespeople can bring them up to meet Howard Stern.
Right.
Howard, maybe Metric hasn't bought any time on my show.
No, they have to.
Come on, I've heard you
that's
reading
right,
the same commercial.
If you buy time on my show, you're buying it on Dave's show.
That's right. That's the only way they sell time on my show.
That's not true.
No, I know.
All right, very good, Dave.
All right, listen, I'm about to park my car. I'll see you later.
All right, go relax, because you got plenty of time. You don't have any client meetings.
Yeah, don't rush.
Oh, that's right.
Don't hurt yourself.
You want me to take you a meeting for you?
Oh, I would sodomize you.
You would? Well, then I'm not going to do it.
All right. Thanks, Dave. That's the great Dave Herman. I thought Dave was mad at me.
Why?
I don't know, because I ran into him in the hall, and I said, hey, Dave, but he didn't hear me, but I don't think he had his hearing aid on.
Wasn't turned on.
Alzheimer's.
He's like that admiral.
No, I just don't think he heard me in the hall, so.
In the campaign with Ross Perot.
Oh, this Tom Chiasano
And he
is some
won't
piece
come
of
in.
work.
You can't
No, because he has nothing to say. He has to go check with his superiors to find out if he can make changes. Well, I've just made a change. Dave Herman isn't meeting with anybody. I'm not meeting with anybody. I'm not meeting with anybody.
Meet with them.
I'm not meeting with them.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I know I've said it before, but I'm not.
It's so funny because Ed would just continue to book no matter what you say.
Let Tom meet with let Tom go ask his puppeteer if we can change things around here. Whatever he's got to do. He's got someone pulling his strings anyway. I don't even know why I bother talking to him. He can't make a move on his own anyway. Nobody to me. I tell you, if he wore wallpaper, I wouldn't even know he was in the room. I swear, I talked to that guy. I swear I'm talking to a wall. I think I'm talking to a wall.
Dead horse.
Beating a dead horse. It's like beating a dead horse, O.J.
Beating a dead horse.
Right. O.J. That dummy, O.J. You asked me, you said that you had something for me to listen to?
Yes, but first I want to tell you about a daily news story today. There's a Bronx Boy Scout leader.
Tom is a wall. Don't even, I hope you're not broadcasting to Tom. You won't understand what you're saying. They should hang a picture on Tom's nose because he's a wall.
A Bronx Boy Scout leader, Howard, was running his own private club of boys.
So,
about 120 of them, and the initiation was a violent bare buttocks paddling in his home.
He'll be fine. Just get William Kunstler as a lawyer.
He called his club the CB Mafia and took in children as young as 12.
He would strike their bare buttocks?
Yeah, David Weiser had the paddling sessions photographed, according to investigators, and he kept the pictures in files in his New Rochelle home.
That's what they should do to me in the client meetings. They should pull my pants down and hit me in my bare buttocks.
Some of the paddlings were so violent they caused redness and swelling, open sores, and extreme pain. Weiser, who runs a Western service, collected $10 monthly dues from the youngsters, who ranged in age from 12 to 21.
Dues.
Most of the recruits were said to be kids without many friends or from disadvantaged homes, of course.
Those are the best ones. The parents don't care.
Failure to pay your dues resulted in a paddling.
I didn't have any money.
I was deadly with my backhand.
Which was carried out as an initiation for new members. Weiser held regular meetings going back several years at his Cape Cod-style home in an exclusive neighborhood. Now, I don't know how all of this came to light, but he now faces assault and hazing charges for allegedly paddling two 14-year-old boys in his car in the Bronx.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
And he's under investigation in Westchester County for similar alleged beatings.
So you pay him $10 and then he'll beat you.
Right.
What do you get for 20? Cut your fingers off.
I guess he starts you in the nose.
Very good.
Amazing what people are up to.
Amazing I'm up to nothing.
His father, John Weiser, who said that he adopted David when he was 14 months old yesterday.
Already backpedaling.
Called him a very good-natured and sweet boy.
He was adopted.
But he had a nervous breakdown and is suicidal as a result of these charges. Oh, Jackie, please. It's not funny. George Lindsay Young of Channel 9 may be in trouble. He's having trouble getting to contract with Channel 9. He's the weatherman.
No, Lloyd Lindsay Young's having trouble.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's right. Lloyd Lindsay Young. I don't remember the man's name.
No, that's the problem. No one else does either.
That is indicative of the problem. Lloyd Lindsay Young, longtime weatherman on Channel 9 here in New York. They're not signing him to a contract. His son, George Lindsay Young, has been the weekend anchor on Channel 9 for some time, and he now fears that he's being used as a cheaper replacement for his father. Now, he's refusing to sign his contract if they don't come to terms with his dad.
Well, this guy's nuts.
So they could both be out of job.
Someone explained to Lloyd and his son that the station won't miss a beat when they go. There goes the network. Lloyd Lindsay Young's leaving.
Hello! Lloyd's contract ends in the next few months.
Channel 9's a channel that shouldn't even have a news department.
All they need is a goofball and a blue screen. That's it.
Yeah. But there's always like a new news director who comes in and thinks Lloyd Lindsay Young is invaluable to Channel 9, but he is. He's the only identifiable one on the whole news
who else
team.
do you know there?
He's goofy, but he's the only identifiable one.
You know, he always had that trademark hello, and then somebody came in and decided they didn't like that.
I know. And then then another guy came in and decided he wanted it back.
So, it's hello, no hello.
We have this Channel 9 is like one of these goofy independent stations, so they decided to do the news for some reason. There's no reason. Oh, I know why they decided to do the news. They had to. They had to, in order to keep their license, they had to move to Jersey or something and do a certain amount of Jersey news.
Yeah.
So they have to have a news department. So when you have to do something, you kind of do it half-assed. So they have this guy, Lloyd Lindsay Young, the weather guy, and he's sort of interesting in that to be quite frank, he looks retarded.
Didn't we
He's a
had
spaz.
him once?
Yeah.
And asked him if he was retarded.
Yeah, he's a spaz. And his hands move like Joe Cocker's when he does he's just a spaz.
He's kind of jerky and
and his son's kind of like a handsome version of a spaz. And the two of them together are just a charming couple on the weather forecast. It's just hard to believe the son is in weather also, and they've got this job. But every time a news director comes in, they don't do anything about the news. They just worry about Lloyd Lindsay Young. So Lloyd Lindsay Young goes on the news, and he used to go, hello! And it was really embarrassing and everything, but at least everyone knew his name, and it got some notoriety, even though it was bad. Then the next news director comes in, he goes, I don't want you doing hello.
I think that's stupid.
Oh, hello? Yeah, because we were at Channel 9 when this was all going on. We used to work there. And it'd be like, Lloyd was told not to say hello. And everyone goes, can you believe that? He's destroyed. He can't say hello.
He can't do the hello anymore.
Yeah, they want him to tone it down. No hello.
They took away my hello.
yeah. And he was the guy was devastated.
Yes.
And I'm like, oy, what a career. What a horrible business. So then he would come on and hello. He wouldn't even go hello. He'd just be like, Lloyd Lindsay Young here. And he would do the news. Then they fire that news director. Then the next news director comes in and he goes, I want you to go back to the hello, but not an extended hello. Just a little bit of a hello. So we, modify the hello. Hello! Yeah, so now he's like, hello. I swear to God, and each news director puts their spin on the hello.
Right, they don't say anything about the weather forecast. No. It's whether there's going to be a hello, a long one, a short one.
They don't even worry about what's going to be in the news. It's the worst news
They're
ever.
Working with that hello.
Yeah, and nobody cares because nobody watches it. It's got no ratings. It's got a 0 rating. But it's got to be there so that they're servicing the needs of New Jersey, which doesn't have a news station. Oh. What a nightmare.
F you!
So anyway, that's what's going on there. Don't know how that conflict will be resolved, but George feels a loyalty to his father because it was his father who brought him around to stations, taught him meteorology.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's another television station will pick those two up, so I don't think they have anything to worry about. That'd be a funny documentary. They should start, that basketball movie? Hoop Dreams? It'd be like Dope Dreams. These two guys, they start filming today. They follow them around, and they go, yeah, we're not going to sign our contracts. And then the station fires them. And then like, they follow him for years, as there's nothing for them to do.
Yes, what do they do?
What do they do?
Weather forecasters for years.
You got walking around, hello! And they'll find work. Guys like that always find work. And that is some newscast. You got to watch Channel 9 News. I defy you to watch the whole thing. Last night, I think the anchor person said, I think something happened in Oklahoma.
The EBS test went off and they leaned over.
Yeah, this is the same station that never breaks for any emergencies. They just keep those Magnum PI selling.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Channel 9 anchorman's laughing at me going...
Reruns going.
The Channel 9 anchorman is laughing at me saying, hey, I didn't have any client meetings today, jackass. All right.
Well, I hope that works. Now, play this person.
No, I already know
This is an announcement that was being made yesterday. And you'll hear what I guess, maybe you won't quite understand it, but they're having some problems at one of the networks because ER has become such a popular show. So this announcement was made yesterday by one of the networks about what they're going to do about ER.
Yeah, I know who it is already.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I got it all figured out. That's the guy I went to college with.
Yeah.
This guy I went to college with, now he's the president of ABC Programming.
Ted Harbert.
I know more of my pinky than Ted knows. I just know Ted.
He's not taking client meetings either.
No. This is Ted announcing what he's going to compete with ER?
Yes, he's figured out what to do.
This I got to hear.
We just can't let ER run unopposed.
Wow, his voice got deeper.
Is that true?
Yeah.
He used to have a high voice?
Yeah. He had a horrible radio voice. But that doesn't sound so bad. He had a baby face. Did you see any pictures of him?
No, I've never seen him.
He had a baby face.
We're bringing out the big gun. His name is Stephen Bochco, and the show is Murder One.
Yeah, great.
Here's more Ted.
Can't believe this guy's running the network.
You all remember Cop Rock?
We will get the audience hooked and then give them a very tough choice to make Thursdays at 10. This matchup may be what finally convinces millions of Americans to learn how to use their VCRs. We have so much confidence in the show that we have taken the unusual step of ordering 22 episodes.
Reading too fast, Ted.
Now.
He's reading too fast.
Yeah, you're going to critique him?
Yeah. He sounded real nervous. He's still Ted Harbert. His dad got him that job.
He knows it.
His dad, Ted Harbert Sr., was a big executive at ABC. Got him a job right out of college. I wasn't too jealous.
But there they go again, pitting two supposedly really good shows against each other.
Did he sound scared given that? I guess he's a little nervous in front of groups.
He's on the line with this one. He must have made a big commitment here and spent a lot of money.
Sounded more scared than O.J.
So it could actually mean something.
Okay.
That's what's happening. Just like to keep you updated on what your classmates are doing.
As long as I'm still making more money than him, that's all I care about. I hope I am.
Well, it's very funny to me that people, after hearing your stories about him for years, when people from ABC come in here and they say, yes, Ted Harbert said. And Ted Harbert's a real supporter.
Do you know, every network has been trying to seduce me to do something for them. The only one that hasn't is ABC. And they refuse to because it's Ted Harbert. Because he can't think of me as being important.
He can't come and have a meeting with you.
Yeah, Mr. Dick. Can't bring himself to do it. That's okay, Teddy boy. Hey, Jackala, give me the plugs. Robin Quiver's alive. Robin Quiver alive, excuse me.
Quiver
alive. Robin will be doing a couple of book signings, especially for our fans from Rochester. Get over and see her.
Get up to Rochester. I've never been.
She'll be there Saturday.
I'll be at the Village Green Bookstore at 1 o'clock. But
and you have another one
on Monday. I'm going to. A lot of people have been asking me to come to New Jersey, so I'm going to do that. It's going to be in Paramus at a Barnes & Noble on Route 17N.
Good for you, Robin. Sounds like a fun weekend.
But that's Monday.
Jackie the Joke Man Marlowe, to order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette, it's $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Thursday night, May 25th at Rascals by the Shore, it's Jackie.
Yeah.
In Ocean Township, New Jersey. For filthy jokes and Jokeland internet address, call 516-9221. Remember, 516-9221 is not a pay service. That's right. And come to Brooklyn this Saturday night. It's Fred Norris Band at the Carriage House. And You can call 1-800-303-5519 for more information. Don't miss Baba Bluey at the East Coast Hobby Shop in the Fort Washington Expo Center this Saturday from noon to 3. Don't miss Stuttering John appearing at Mavis Discount Tire on boy, what a gig. On Jericho Turnpike in New Hyde Park, Long Island this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. To order a signed copy of John's CD, call 201942-OUCH. And start your party the right way with Scott the Engineer. He'll be DJing Club 777 Circuit Party at Brothers, 2182 Broadway on Wednesday. Who knows what this means? May 24th. Saturday at 10 p.m. For more info, call 718-BAG-5040. Scott's plugging a private party he's doing. And, Robin, I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
97.1 The Eagle, 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 The Eagle.